so just terrified that we're gonna say something horribly inappropriate.
I mean,
Welcome! It's the Woodness Guild. Tonight's week's episode. Congratulations on being here. Thanks for following us. I'm
and
Mike
not
Steiger.
watching the debate.
And not watching the debate. Yeah, forget politics, man. We're here for the fun, not for the. Well, I mean that would be pretty fun too.
Yeah.
You guys remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yes.
I imagine that's what tonight's gonna look a lot like.
Yep.
I will rewatch it. I'll watch the replay. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Mike Steiger. This is the team. We're gonna have a fun night. Do we have anything that we need to put out tonight?
False Life Dice.
False Life Dice. Let's hear it.
On Instagram. We have finally opened up an Instagram and we've got all of our early works going on. We're still working on getting the selling process going, but we're at least starting to show the world what we can do and
Taking orders.
pats on the
Not
back.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
pretty good.
No
We'll go
shot.
check them out.
No shop yet. We're getting there soon though. Hopefully before too long.
Yeah, go check them out. Their dice are amazing. Truly, I think everybody at the table has a set now.
Maybe they'll do.
We're working on it.
Maybe
We're working
they'll
on
do.
it.
Maybe they'll do giveaways. Coffee.
We will do giveaways. That will happen.
Mhm.
Maybe like a sticker or
And-
something.
We ordered some stickers.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Dude, so you guys are ahead of the Woodness Guild.
Yeah,
we need to
say,
step up our
me
game.
and Mike were literally just talking about how
We need to step up the game.
Rubbed up.
So we'll
Yeah,
do
but
both.
check it out.
Okay.
These two, this wonderful, lovely married couple, very creative, very inspiring dice. Some of the most beautiful I've ever seen, and I'm a bit of a hoarder myself. I don't know where my bag's at, but I have a lot.
I got a whole box.
Got a whole box. So check them out on Instagram. False Life Dice on Instagram.
Yep.
I don't know how to do things.
I love how the dice part is the part you were unsure about.
False Life. Well, I know there's like resin or something involved in it too. I don't
Just
remember.
focus on false life.
False Life Dice.
Yes.
Check it out. Anyone else? Anything right now? We're working on getting stickers. Welcome to the 10th episode, by the way. This is our 10th episode of this
Where everyone
campaign.
levels up twice.
Actually, you are free to level up.
Now?
Everybody can level
Right
up right
now?
now. Yeah, why not?
Are you
Just do it.
sure?
Why not? Just do it. We got time.
Does that include me?
Yeah, everybody. Everybody at the table may level up one time.
I'm
Even the people who've already leveled up.
You got a problem with that?
Yeah, boy.
Thanks.
They went
Don't
through
let me
the
get
egg.
forced in the mouth.
They went through the
I'm
egg.
so
I am never.
Oh.
I never
Got
had my
him.
XP.
Yeah,
I
you
still
don't,
don't
you don't need to worry about
understand
XP.
that,
We're you guys are
I'm
past
so
XP at this point.
distraught.
So tell us a
I
story
can't
while we're
touch
doing
anything.
this.
Tell us a story. Tell us a wee story.
Doing it right now.
Nope, I got no stories. You guys sit back, relax, grab a frosty cold one, empty thine bladders as we uncap and prepare to pen tonight's episode.
Perfect health.
Don't laugh. Of the Woodness Guild.
Do we do manage?
Eight? I don't remember. You'll get it. I mean, you guys know how to do it.
What do we roll?
So last week,
Let's look through it. And if
chaos.
It's
This
fine,
is what happens. This is what I like. This is the Woodness. Last week, we what did you guys do? Last week, you guys had experienced a life-altering event as you had transported yourself through time and space, apparently to a not that distant future, and spent a considerable amount of time developing lives of your own. Having come back from that, excuse me, the two that had participated in this discussed a little bit of what had happened with the Leonin who sent you to the future. You guys left that circus tent. I believe you went back to the hotel, took a little rest, then discussed what you wanted to do specifically for the day, which included spying on the elf who was at the bar. Yep, the elf was at the bar. You guys decided you wanted to tail him, go see what was going on at his house. You went to his house, and so many steps and ways made entry to the young man who was just sitting reading a book. You then proceeded to torture in hideous and horrible fashion. Just
Now you're, like,
wow. It was really some of the best, most horrific murder hobo shit I've ever seen. got some deets from him, uncloaked a room of magical darkness where you found 2 gnomes. You healed them back to consciousness, and then after killing the elf who had captured them and was going to use them as some sort of trafficking agent, you killed the gnomes. And then magical invisibility ensued, and just madness and chaos. Nabuntosh, you almost didn't make it out of the forest, except for that sweet nat 20.
Yep.
Just the disorienting nature of it, you ended up really far away. You don't even feel like you traveled that far, but you ended up pretty far away.
One step off the freaking yellow brick road, and I was in Wonderland.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I did just mix Wonderland with.
Yeah, no, I mean that's great crossover. I don't see why they're not crossover more.
Right?
You made it back to the hotel room.
Yes.
You guys had discussed at great lengths what you were going to do following this newest turn of events, and that's when Guanapo and Luca both noticed that they felt their weapons alert them to the presence of prying eyes or ears. Nabuntosh casting a detect magic. You saw a very familiar rod-shaped wheel device, similar to the one that was in your pocket. And as you took note of it, it started to move away, and that's where we left off. So, Banshee Forest purveyors, what would you like to do?
Mercs of Maze.
Mercs of Maze.
Where's Debbie?
Debbie's underneath the table taking care of a dog right now.
Yeah.
Or
With, someone's
she was
lipstick.
taking care of Chris, one of the two.
Applying some lipstick.
Beautiful. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm glad somebody laughed. Thank you. Thank you, Zoe.
I got it, but I'm not hammering that.
Yeah.
I think it was funny. I'm just trying to say.
Present. To the people who notice things, what are you
One of the invisible rods is right outside the door and it's moving away.
At this point, it's starting to leave. Like you can just barely see the dim trail of magical energy, and you
So
know
on the
within
same
the next.
level?
It was right outside your door.
We're on the second floor, right?
Yep. Yeah. And you're noticing at this point that the magical aura is fading, as things tend to do when they move away from you or you move away from them.
I yell. I'm not yell. I whisper, "Fan, get on me."
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh no!
Jump
wait,
on her
hold
back.
me, no, get on. As like an animal, as an animal.
As Fan
Oh my god.
tackles your ass to the ground,
That's not
the
what
dawning
it is. Get on
realization
me.
of
No, we need to turn to a lizard.
Okay, I can do that. Lizard.
Okay, I'm going to cast.
how many more of those do you have? That would be your second one because we haven't long rested.
Okay, that's
since...
my second one. That's
Okay.
the last.
I'm gonna do invisibility.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast that, and I cast myself and Fan invisible.
Okay, perfect.
Damn
as
it! I don't want to do that.
You.
I want to turn Nabuntosh invisible. I'm gonna grab Fan, put him on his shoulder, and I'm gonna turn them both.
I have the rod.
Then hold the fucking rod and go get him.
You want me?
You're very invisible as you have this whispered argument. The trail is gone. The magical aura has faded.
But it was on the second floor.
Yeah, it was.
So
It was moving away quickly.
I'm gonna go and I'm going to search all the doors and detect magic constantly.
I mean, it was definitely moving the direction of the downstairs.
It was moving downstairs?
It was moving the direction of the downstairs. You guys are kind of like in the middle of the hallway, and it's a good distance to the staircase that goes and leads back down to the bar.
Okay, well, I'm gonna follow down the stairs.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Make a perception check for me.
And I'm inside his pocket, I guess.
You're on his shoulder.
Shoulder.
I'm
Okay.
assuming.
Am I just a floating lizard then, or am I?
No, I had
you're
turned
invisible
both
as
of
well.
you
Because
Okay.
I was really excited for that,
Okay.
and then she
Leveling
remembered
up yet.
to.
I know,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
why I
I
distracted
remember
You're
that.
rushing me. I haven't finished leveling up yet. Perception.
welcome to
I
the woodness.
figured that yeah,
18.
that's smart.
18.
18.
Just as you come down the stairs, that sense that it's less of a visual acuity thing and more of just like a you know, an area of effect. It's like a radar, like a small heads-up display radar in a first-person shooter. You get this blip that's by the front door, and just as you look, you can see the front doors, which are like saloon style. They very gently, almost like a breeze, push them open, and then you lose it again.
Okay.
I'd like to jump off his shoulder.
He's an
and
animal.
I'm going to go out the front door and just look for footprints in the ground and see if I can see anything and see what's up.
Make a perception check.
I'm following after him.
Well, you are both invisible and unfortunately cannot see each other.
We had that issue last week. You should know this.
Well, he fucking ditched me, man.
15. Looking around, there is quite a bit of traffic, and even though that traffic is predominantly gnomish, that still puts you at like 1/50th of their size.
Yeah.
It is extremely difficult to make out any details more than just lots of feet. It is a sea of legs moving from gnomish cloud bodies.
Regardless of where he is, I was going towards the doors.
Okay. Go ahead and make another perception check for me.
I would like to make my way to the elf house.
16.
Okay. You start making your way towards the elf's house. How long does that spell last?
If I concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, an hour.
1 hour.
But it's not concentration.
You stepping outside and looking around, there is just the faintest trail of it heading off towards the western side of the city. You're pretty far south right now. The only thing that's more further south than you is like the small market district that you guys have been at. Yep, the previous episode and the house, and then after that, it's mostly just surface. This presence, this magical aura that you're feeling, is traveling west.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna walk out the door as everyone's walking.
Mhm.
It seems like there's been some commotion. I'm gonna do locate object, and I'm going to do the same object that I saw in his hand.
Okay.
It's 1,000 feet from. So if you've seen it,
Mhm.
me too. Oh my god, me too. I was just looking at them like, do I want that? But it's like,
But now that Hunter has an owl.
right, I don't know. I don't know.
It's just going to draw you to mine.
No, it'll show me. It just
That
shows the
specific
object
object.
that I'm looking
What if
for.
it's a
If
different
you
object?
know.
Well, you have to.
I
just
did.
see
I
it.
looked at him and I told him to grab it.
Oh yeah, did you look at it?
Yes.
Roll a d6 for me. On a 1 through 4, you're gonna find his. On a 5 and 6, you'll find the other one.
Good vibes.
I found his.
You chasing after him, there's this like commotion of like, got it, I fucking have it, and you boom, and you bump into something, and you hear Nabuntosh kind of cry out as you run into him, and he is invisible. And there's this awkward moment of like, what the fuck was that? And you realize that's probably Nabuntosh that you just ran into.
Is he invisible? Not invisible,
No,
are you?
he's totally not invisible.
Konak! Konak, it's me! It's me, Josh, shut up, Konak!
Find
running.
Savant!
I'm gonna come.
Find Savant!
Konak!
I can. The guy's traveling west. He's going west. And I'm going to yell out.
Fan!
You
And
hear
I'm gonna
in the
scare her away.
distance- You hear in the distance something that sounds an awful lot like your name. Where are you going?
I'm heading west.
You're just trying to follow it?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
skittering west.
Go ahead and make a go ahead and make one more perception check for me.
It's been doing good. It's been doing good. It's been doing good.
You guys are all in the room unless
Yeah.
you said otherwise.
Yeah.
Five.
What would you guys like to be doing? I heard.
Wait, are you there?
Oh, I'm in the room. I'm in the room.
What are you guys doing?
We were leveling up.
What's in there flexing?
You didn't tell
Flexing
us
in the
this.
fucking corner like
Maybe give us another run through of what they're doing.
Turn around.
let's see. Fan has been turned into a lizard, put on Nabuntosh's shoulder, and disappeared as your spell took effect. Konak just started strolling out of the room. You know that there was somebody prying outside, and then 3 of the 4 boys jumped into action, and the rest
Looks
of
like a
you.
goose, like.
Yeah. It was really great because I can like
The
look.
sock puppet on it.
At each one of us.
Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you
What
want
have
to
I
do?
done?
What do you want to?
I love it.
Yeah. No, this is shit. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna try and use a unique tactic here. I can only use it on Konak. Technically, since he's an elf, he's a favored enemy, so I want to try and track him to see where he went. I have to roll a
Interesting.
survival check.
Go for it.
Okay. Just to try and figure out where they went, honestly, because that's what I'm doing it for. Survival. Oh, my thing is scroll. Okay. Haha.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay. No,
12 to track him.
Interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting. So you putting your mind to it, knowing how elves, even undead elves, may or may not operate, and remembering the silver and crimson nature of Connacht's uniform, you start piecing together where's Connacht? Where would I go? And you start following that sense. Are you guys just staying in the hotel room?
Are you guys gonna follow me, or are you gonna hang out?
I talked to Debbie and I say, not
Debbie?
Debbie, Odette. I talked to Odette.
Fourth wall broken.
What if that spy tells the bamboo?
The bamboo.
The baboon?
It's a tree man.
Nigel.
It's Groot.
Nigel.
Nigel the
Very
Groot man.
Nigel.
No.
That we were conspiring
doll.
against him. This would probably be the only time that we can do it while our friends are.
So what do
going
you mean?
after
Go to Nigel and find him to see.
See if we can get information from him.
Okay.
So you
So
guys
we're
are
gonna
off the.
sneak out
Okay.
of the room.
Okay.
Why are you're the only ones left? Because that's you don't need to sneak out of the room, right?
You guys are going to God. What was the name of it? The Wandering Woman. Wayward?
Wary woman.
Wary
Wary
Woman.
woman.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wary woman.
The Wary Woman. So you guys are off to the Wary Woman.
Nigel.
You are following Konak. Konak is following Nabuntosh. Nabuntosh is following the in the bog down in the barrio.
What's Fan?
And I'm yelling
And
out to Fan.
Fan's just
Did he hear me?
OFP, dude. OFP. You tracing what faint magical trail you can. You get lost for a moment and you start wandering kind of aimlessly. Konak, there's even a moment where you're like frustrated because you're just kind of like holding on to the curtails of Nabuntosh's clothing and trying not to look conspicuous doing it, like with your hands stretched out, holding on to nothing. And you have this moment of frustration, and Nabuntosh, it's like the tension is building, and it's like it's hard for you to focus. Trying like, Konak is not giving you a break. God, and like you turn around to like say something, and there it is again, for just a split second, to the north of you, and you start moving, and you've been going for about 9 minutes now. You know your spell's about to end, and as you start taking these next couple steps forward, the object is not moving, and it is coming from the building to the east of you. It is a large, long wooden structure with about 20-foot high roof, maybe 25 in some places. And there are 2 massive wooden doors that seem to be locked shut at this point. There are high windows that trace the whole outside of the building. The windows aren't very big. And in some places it looks like it might be a second story, and others it looks like maybe this is just for lighting. But as the spell fades, you are confident that whatever you were tracking is inside that building.
Alright. How close am I to the building now?
How close do you want to be to the building now?
Have I caught up to Konak?
It would have been within 30 feet of you, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're probably pretty close to the building.
Okay. Being mindful of windows and possibly anyone seeing me.
Wait, have I caught up to Konak and them?
You are probably a couple, maybe a minute or 2 behind them at this point.
Okay. I want to recast detect magic because I
Easy
fucking
enough,
can.
yeah.
Boom.
It happens.
So did
Wow.
Wow.
Fourth
Man,
wall just.
you really want to fuck with your players? Give them a level
You
up
guys
just
are
before the
bad.
session
Lucas.
starts.
Seriously, we
Yeah,
are
I'm dying right now.
scrambling.
I'm going
still
crazy
trying
right
to figure
now.
this out.
I love it.
Did Luca and I end up leaving and going to find the underground bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are going the way that you know. You cast detect. What are you doing?
I want to cast detect magic and see if there's any other magical sources.
There are
inside.
lots of other magical
That
sources,
building,
especially
specifically.
inside the building. Yeah, no, there's you can see these objects on the wall that seem to be giving off this like radiating energy. There's a problem with the screen. The
Yeah, you can do that. I got you.
fucking adopt dogs, dude. It's good for you.
She's amazing.
She's looking at you.
Truckosaurus over here.
Bulldozer. That's all she is.
Yeah, there's at least one magical weapon from what you can see. It looks like a sword of sorts, like maybe a short sword. And there is the familiar rod and wheel shape of what you know to be this little invisibility wheel.
But those are the only things that seem to be wielded, let's say. By
Yeah,
a person.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Where that sword is, the sword and the wheel object are in two totally different, like they're within 30 feet of each other, obviously, but not in the same room that you would think. Whoa, dude, already? We've been going for 22 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Already.
judge for
That is
yourself.
Alright,
Should we get
so
you
I'm
like
gonna...
a Foley catheter? So
Oh,
that
man, that would be so great.
Just keep
You know what'd be really awesome? You guys know the beer bongs, but like it goes in your...
Urethra?
Never mind.
Your bum.
Oh my god.
Like in Jackass.
Oh, and an
An
enema.
ass beer.
Yeah. He did that.
Coffee, beer...
Terrible. Terrible.
So ethereal teleportation. Am I
What, you've never done
understanding
an
correctly
edible
that
before?
it's like
No,
almost
okay.
like an
The coffee
out-of-body experience?
Ethereal.
Ethereal.
Teleportation. Let me verify. At this point, you would have caught up with them.
I'm
Do I
leaning.
see them standing outside?
You can probably see Konak.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to Konak and
I'm leaning over to Konak and I'm like, Konak, there's a lot of magical items inside this building, and one seems to be a sword, and another seems
You're
to
talking
be
about
another
ethereal plane?
magic
Yeah.
wheel.
Would
It
I
sounds
hear
like it's
you?
like an
Are you trying to
out-of-body
keep your
experience
voice
when
quiet
it
for me?
stands still.
Seeing you come up, I would welcome you in and tell you as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you would know, having this feature, that when you use this skill set of yours, what happens is your body kind of separates from the material plane. Where you're at right now is the material plane. There are other planes that are kind of stacked or sometimes askew from this plane. There's the plane of fire, the plane of wind, the plane of water, the plane of the gods, the plane of angels, there's the 9 hells. The ethereal plane is immediately adjacent to the material plane and is kind of like a shadowy reflection, if you will. When you go into the ethereal plane, it's almost like being in the material plane, as all the structure is the same, but a lot of the inhabitants and denizens are different. Not necessarily violent or bad, but just different. And you can step into the ethereal plane, move through things that you couldn't in the material plane, and then reappear at a location of your choosing in the material plane that is within a certain distance, if I'm not
60
mistaken.
feet.
60 feet.
So it's like the
But can I
spirit
go
world,
back?
like
Yeah, it's
upside
basically
down.
Am I
like-
able to move back and forth if I don't want to end up there? If I want to go through and look, because it says I can see shadows.
Yeah, you can see shadows, yeah. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to use that.
Okay.
I'm going to just stand next to the building. I don't care how
Okay.
conspicuous I look.
As you focus for a moment, you hear the small clacking padded feet of Wanapo pulling up behind you. Interestingly, you thought you were following Konak. You're not. You see Konak, but the path that you're following does not lead to him. It leads inside the building. As
I can try 'em out.
your eyes go misty underneath your goggles, your form kind of just vaporizes. Interesting. Like you're breathing out a cloud of vaporized smoke. Your
I'm choking,
form.
and I'm dying.
Okay, yeah,
slowly.
there's
The
small
sweat's
moment. Your body becomes one with the ethereal plane. You watch as You're very focused on the windows. Connacht's form just kind of vanishes slowly. Standing in the ethereal plane is wonderful. You never get tired of it. The colors are extremely bright and vibrant. Nothing is a normal genre. It's like if everything was made out of rainbows and kaleidoscopes. Very similar. You're watching as this strange centipede creature is kind of working its way through the air next to you, and it has this like long toothy grin to it and 6 eyes that are just kind of going and rolling around, and as it passes you it looks at you and just keeps floating on. There are all sorts of creatures, and even as you look around you can see there are small pockets of light and small pockets of this dark, cloudy, very similar to the gorillas that you had seen, or gorilla-like figures that you had seen in the forest. Shapes that are moving around you. Some of them are brighter, some of them are duller, some of them are darker. There's a mix, and some of them, you know, there's brightness surrounded by this cloudy mist. As you step through the boundary of what would be the building, you find no resistance. You, looking around, feel the presence of 2 figures up and to your right. You, tracing that pathway, open a door, or pass through what would be a door. There are 2 figures. One of them is mildly cloudy. It's probably about what I would call a 1.5 to 2 foot pillar of this smoky, black, inky nature that just kind of pours off itself in these whipping arms. The figure sitting across from it is obviously sitting, but is profoundly more dark and profoundly more sinister feeling, as is evident by the massive, emanating, pulsing darkness that seems to just froth off of it. And there's even a moment where you have to kind of take a step back because it's a little bit unnerving. The golden amber eyes of this being are focused on whatever's in front of it and listening. It sounds like trying to listen. You know when you're in a pool and somebody's talking to you above the water? Sounds a lot like that. The being stops. There's silence in the room, and the eyes shift straight to you. The smoky figure stands up and presents itself. It's tall. It's incredibly tall. And even the aura that it's giving off seems to take up more space than what's immediately around it, and starts taking steps towards you.
So I'm just going to sink through. I can just go right through the ground.
Easy enough. You right through the floor. You land, looking around. You can see the beings above you. One of them is starting to move out of the room. The other one is standing right above you, the same one that was approaching, and looking straight down at you.
I'm gonna go. Can I feel objects if I want to feel them?
You can somewhat interact.
Can I move? Can I move things?
Can you move things? I would say no. Interacting with the material plane through the ethereal plane, no. You can somewhat, in the sense that you could like step on something or climb something, yes, because that object is physically present in the ethereal plane, but moving things, it's like being a ghost. You kind of just pass through everything.
If you work hard enough.
You can push a penny underneath the door.
Ooh, spooky.
If I
Nobody
say something,
gets that?
Can people hear me?
No.
If I say something, can people hear me? Can they hear me clearly if I decide to speak? Or is it the same kind of effect?
It's the same kind of effect, and
Right,
it's much quieter here in the ethereal
So I'm
plane.
gonna go back to where I was.
What are you guys doing?
And I'm going to, I guess.
So are you not visible right now?
Yeah, I'm still invisible.
Unless you drop your
Landing on
concentration.
the
Or
outside.
actually, casting a spell. Is it making a spell attack or casting a spell?
I might have dropped her invisibility, but I have
You would
my
have wheeled
own
up. Okay.
wheel.
Yeah, or cast a spell.
Wheeled up.
Yeah, wheeled.
Wheeled up, ramped up, wheeled up. Cool.
So Gonako
Fen, you approach the wooden structure. There are several gnomes in bright yellow shirts, tunics, with simple belts, and a white sun emblazoned on the chest that are kind of looking around the house. There's one that seems to be taking notes, there's one that's kind of barking at people, and several that are now wrapping the dead gnomes. Oh wait, no, they're gone, never mind. Investigating the blood stains on the ground.
Okay. Do I notice like local police? Is this what this is, or is it like?
You've never really encountered folks like this,
Okay.
but they look to be working in an official capacity. As even when people kind of pass by a little too close, one of them kind of reaches out and is like, "Oh, sorry, it's a crime scene."
Okay. Okay. Cool.
At this point, you two would have arrived at the back of
That was either the best
area.
character acting.
So you're standing at the back
Chris's brain
entrance, which you
farted.
know to be the main. That's the only way you really know into this building. You take a moment to yourselves, and
I cast locate creature.
Okay.
On self, so anyone who was invisible with invisibility is now uninvisible.
Locate creature. Is it a singular creature?
Locate creature, yes. It's kind of like locate object, but I can locate a person.
A person.
Yeah.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Nigel.
Nigel is inside. He appears to be in a study.
Okay.
His study? Is that
That's where we were, right?
That's
Where I
where
was.
you were.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So in the basement.
Well, you have to go down,
Yeah.
which brings you to the first level. It's kind of like a down and up.
Yeah.
Brings you to the first level, and then he's on the second level. His study was up a set of stairs that looked a little rickety for you.
I thought it was downstairs.
No, it's
Okay.
upstairs. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
He's here. He's in his study.
Do you want me to go to the bar and you go talk to him?
Yeah. Presuming that there's no guards that are going to stop me from getting up the stairs.
Okay.
You can go inside.
Let's try.
Yeah.
Okay. So you open up the hatch. It's not locked. You make your way in. It's very quiet compared to the last time you were here. The thing that does catch you by surprise is as you're kind of like stressfully, because it's dark. It's the inside of this place is usually lit with hundreds of or a good amount of torches, and there are usually people in here. It's like going to school, like when you were in middle school, and then you would go to your school when nobody else was there, and it's creepy and quiet and eerie.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar.
He's painting pictures for me.
Yeah.
Like my high school life.
Yeah,
We all
yeah.
have the
That's
same
how I feel when
experience.
I
Yeah,
go to work
yeah.
after hours.
It's
I'm like,
uncanny.
Yeah.
It's weird, and you feel like
It's
something bad's
unnatural.
gonna happen. Yeah.
It's unnatural.
It's very different from what you're used to. And as you kind of take these measured steps forward very carefully, you find yourself accidentally holding your breath, and you remind yourselves, it's okay. And as soon as you come back up, there's a figure standing in front of you, and it kind of catches you off guard. A very handsome man walks down. Pardon me. Did not mean to be a start. You have yourself a wonderful day. And he starts moving past you. The pointed ears and the tan skin, very warm feeling wood elf. As you make your way past him, you continue in. The bar is very, very empty. There's not a soul around. Holding on to your spell, that Nigel's still in his study.
there's not a bartender?
No bartenders. It looks like maybe this is more of an evening establishment.
I sit at the bar and grab myself a beverage.
What beverage would you like to grab?
I mean,
There's a lot. There's a tap, a cask. There's several casks. One of them is called Blood Oak Ale. There's the God, what did I call it? Anthrus Orchard, no, Anthrus Monastery Mead. And recognizing that, you're like, yeah, I'll have me a mead. And you pour yourself one, and nobody's around to stop you. You make your way up to Nigel.
Looking at with my location.
Whoa, what just happened?
Chris hit me.
Hunter's mouth.
Anybody? Vape Nash?
Vape
Nash!
H3.
What
What
the
the
fuck?
hell?
You guys have to leave this house
Frat
right now.
house? What the
No,
hell?
H3 is
Cultists
the
aren't
opposite.
allowed
Right.
here.
Opposite of a frat boy.
What the hell
Opposite.
is H3?
Watch it. If you guys don't follow H3 on YouTube, go check him out. He's funny.
Hydrogen something.
It's just Ethan and Hila. That's all it is.
Ethan.
She is a ha 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 ha.
Based on my location on him, is he like pacing? Or is he staying
It looks like he's
stagnant?
standing pretty much squarely in the room. He turns briefly for a moment and moves to the back of the room where you know the desk would probably be.
Okay. I look at Odette and I say, if I don't come back within 30 seconds through going that door, can you try to come up these
30
stairs?
seconds.
Oh, fine. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Trying to
Be
think
a
how
little
fast a
cautious
bamboo
there.
30
moves.
seconds.
About 20
A
rounds of
bamboo?
combat.
Hi, my name is
Bamboo.
Odette.
Oh my
Through the
god.
door.
Baboon. I just picture a baboon.
Baboons.
Baboons.
You're playing too much.
You
Too
walk
much.
up the stairs.
Calm,
You
collected.
you take a moment to compose yourself. Put your hand on the doorknob. Give it a twist and. What are you doing?
My goal is to make my way
Downtown.
into the house and kind of like hidden as a lizard, like kind of on the wall in a corner and just listen to whatever's going on.
Okay.
I want to figure out what they think's happening.
You gathering. Make a
Superb hearing.
make a perception check. His superb hearing doesn't affect lizards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think it's there, but I rolled a really good one, so we're okay. That's gonna be 23.
23. Easy enough. You pretty much hear all the conversations at once and are able to decipher them in a way that most men are not able to when multiple people are talking at the same time. You gather that they are running an investigation, that there has been some sort of this trail has gone cold, that it's a real bummer, that they were just ready for a big bust, that the head office will want to know about this. There is talk of the interesting nature of how the blood splatter on the ground is arranged. It looks like there were several large creatures that had created some sort of trauma for the blood to be spread out in such a way. They're curious about the bloodstains in the back room, but don't have any information to really go off of. And it doesn't look like any of them are magical. Nobody appears to be doing any kind of magic. But you gather that this is some sort of investigative team, and they report to somebody. They're mostly gnomes.
Okay.
There's one halfling.
Yeah, and then after I think I've gathered enough info and they're seeming to wrap things up and be done, I'm going to make my way back to the bar / place we're staying.
Great, easy enough. You start heading your way back. What are you doing? What are you doing? I haven't been talking to you in a minute. What are you two doing? You two are staying roughly in the same spot.
Yeah, what?
So I was, because I can't see him, Guanapo was just doing this thing.
Walking.
Boontosh. Boontosh.
Baboon touch.
I'm going to reach out and grab
There's a
Guanapo's
there's a
hand
gnome
and be
that walks by like,
I'm right here.
no black magic here. No black magic here.
Guanapo, I'm right here. It's okay. Stay with me. It's just. It's okay.
So he's just standing there with
An
not
invisible
holding
hand.
hands.
You have an invisible hand.
Keep your hand down by your side, and let's wait for Carneys to get back.
Confused.
Me too. There is magical items all in this building.
I can show you.
I can show you.
Full conversation with him. Nothing.
Right.
Guanapo pulls out his book and he writes something and he holds it out kind of this way at first, hoping someone will see. And then he writes, he says, "Are you trying to be sneaky?"
I don't really know at this point. It kind of all went to shit. Fan jumped off my shoulder and fucked off somewhere. And Konak ghosted somewhere. I don't know.
He writes, I don't know what's going on. I just didn't want to be alone.
You're not alone. You're here with me. Here, hold my hand. Hold my hand. It's okay. Sweet little bird.
So is this thing still
Sweet
looking at me?
little bird.
You said you wanted to go back to where you were from, right? Where the
So I
location
went
you started.
outside, but I can see through things, right?
Yeah,
can
it's
still see.
mostly it's like staring through
It's like a fog.
like clear glass, but the glass has, you know, a prism effect where, you know, there's hues of blue and red, and it's more permeated. It's not like everything's clear. It's like mostly blues, but you see a lot of pinks and oranges and
Can I
there's
see
purples.
his eyes?
From this distance, no. It appears that he isn't giving chase of any kind.
So I'm just gonna go right back through the wall again and just
Okay.
look, just to see if I can.
You taking a step through the wall, you get this strange. A lot of the light that you've seen, that you've associated with beings walking around you, you feel like you're pretty familiar with what that means. It's probably like, you know, the inner workings of a person. Are they naturally inclined to be good? Are they naturally inclined to be evil? Are they naturally inclined to be hurtful or harmful or benevolent and warm and welcome? What you're seeing confuses the living shit out of you initially. There is a massive source of energy sitting to your left. It is like a vibrant purple.
So it's something on this plane,
It's something.
or no? Is it something that's not on the plane or on the same?
You would
plane?
understand it to not be on this plane with you. It is dark in the sense that it has some sort of ability to be cruel or harsh or commit acts that are considered by others to be forbidden. But it is light. It's like looking at black lights, like watching a black light dance around. There are beams of energy that come off of it, and the occasional smoke trail that drips out of the end of this energy source. It is massive. It's about 6 feet tall and about 5 feet long, give or take, maybe 3, 4, 4.5 feet long. It's to your left. Above you, a similar type of energy. This one's a little bit more blue. The energy is, with every pace forward, leaving these smoky trails behind it, but for the most part giving off a roughly bluish to ultraviolet light. There is this new source of energy standing about 10 feet away from the overwhelmingly dark and smoky source, and the amberish golden eyes do not seem fixed on you at this point. How long does that spell last?
I don't think it has a time, does it?
Forever and ever.
Amen.
That's a good song. You open the door.
Oh, I don't knock? I feel like I should knock. I'm gonna knock.
You knock.
I'm like, I'm not walking in. He's like, yeah, just come on.
He's like,
Yeah,
I made
go,
such
bitch.
a good door creaking noise.
Yeah.
You hear from the
8 hours.
other side. 8 hours. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, fuck me.
Chilling in other planes.
Fuck my game.
You knock and you hear, yeah, come in. Come in. You open the door, closing it behind you with a. Nigel's sitting at his desk. That's a very bright light. Nigel is sitting at his desk, kind of leaning back in a chair, stroking his face. Darling, not who I was expecting, but most certainly welcome. What can I do for you?
I say good evening. Is it
Afternoon.
afternoon? So there seems to be quite a bit of stress on your streets. Did you notice?
I had heard a strange elven man, or rogue, if you will, murdered, they think. Quite preposterous. Not usually the ones to have such exciting news.
Very true. Definitely at the bar we're currently, me and Odette, that is, staying at, there's been quite a bit of talk amongst some of the patrons there.
Oh, and what do the patrons have to say?
Talking about an elf killer of some sort.
Elf killer.
Yes.
Stimulating. You wouldn't happen to know anything about this elf killer, would you?
Only that I heard it from the bartenders and
Interesting.
patrons.
Well, there are no secrets in Hagen, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Since you have been so gracious enough to allow me and Odette some of your goods.
It's actually Odette and I. Proper comment.
Is it really?
No, it's got me too. Sorry, some of my education was limited.
I'm a stickler for grammar, darling.
I find it.
Dear darling, dearling.
Dearling?
That could not have been planned.
It's very admirable of you for grammar to be your focal point or interest.
What can I say?
Very interesting man. But there's so much stress going around in your bars, I thought maybe perhaps...
My bars are this bar. And there's no stress here, love.
Well,
Look
no.
around you. There's just me and you.
Oh. Oh, no! Okay, not your bars. I apologize. But there's so much stress with the patrons that I was thinking perhaps you would allow me to a business venture in some sort. I do love this town and I may stay.
Tell me, how was your fun seeking? What was it? Just last night? Did you find the products to your liking?
2 nights ago?
Yeah, maybe 2 nights ago? No?
I think it was just last night, guys. I really
Really,
do.
was it?
I think it was last night, and then you went to the elf's house, murdered him, and then went back to the bar, and then came
Gosh.
here and like haven't
We're
gone
so
there.
productive.
Vigilante.
I don't know.
No,
Come
it
on.
is because we didn't have a long rest. I have so many spell slots.
I know, I'm missing a bunch, but I thought, wow, okay,
I
yeah.
like the eyebrow raise.
Shit. Alright, well, damn.
Well, unfortunately,
Well, we want
with
more.
my poor education and such goods, we took very little, but was too frightened from your statement to dive any further.
It's a fair point, and rather wise of you, if I do say so myself. It's not many can show the wherewithal to withhold themselves from such tempting fruits.
I do like a fruit basket, so there may be a lot of interest that maybe numbed me to it. Like that. But I may be of assistance to you if you allow us to.
And what, pray tell, might you assist me with?
You like that
I love this
stick. The whole
I'm a
time.
fidgeter, I have ADHD, and I've done my best to control it over my life, but you've given me something to fidget with, and I will fidget the
You
fuck out of
really
it.
need to decorate it now.
Yeah, no, I will.
Your DM stuff.
Gotta have it good next then.
Just like glue a bunch of dice to it or something.
Fucking
We have a
them
ton
all
of
out of it.
mistake dice we can give you.
Dead dice. Yeah.
Gavel. No, yeah. Perhaps I could be of assistance as seeking those who seem more able and willing to partake in your goods. I could bring them. I'm a woman, which clearly I hope that's not obvious. Or
Be
is
frank,
obvious.
darling. What do you mean? I hear what you're saying, but I'm not sure what you mean.
Let's see. I'm a lady, so I'll make it not so crazy. Ultimately, bringing you people who would be interested in your goods.
I have plenty of, how I say, ears or hands in this town that assist me with such matters. Why are you interested of all?
like I said, I want to stay in the town. I figured I might as well get my hands dirty and have some fun while I'm here. Stop, you're making me nervous as I already am.
Make persuasion check.
Christopher.
Sorry.
Choose your full name.
What's the goal?
Mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business.
Yeah, let's pick these up.
I'm
What do we do?
I don't think it's staying where I'm at.
Sure.
I don't think, especially if the doors are locked or there's something that they have on the lock. So I am going to go back outside.
Both.
I'm going to unsheath my. Well, can I see him? Can I see his?
Yeah,
shadow?
so Nabuntosh is really, like, you know where you left him at roughly, and you can see Guanapo. Guanapo is this handsome little orange light, and it is just so warm and just inviting. Like, you know it was Guanapo, you know he was around, you can see Nabuntosh. Nabuntosh is this murky, gray, smoky color. But underneath it all, there is this vibrant white, almost pure light. And every now and then you can see this spritz of blue energy that kind of just lashes out like a solar flare, just escapes from underneath the overwhelming gray cloud that seems to envelop his light, and you only just get spurts of it every now and then. The gray has a very deep black fringe to it, and it seems to almost, instead of whipping outwards like you've seen with most people, it seems to push inwards. And it's, from what you understand of Nabuntosh, it makes sense. But you locate him pretty easily.
I'm just going to come back to however that is, whether I appear or.
You bring yourself back to the material plane, and as you do, you feel your leg kind of shoot backwards, and it like somebody had pushed you in the hip really hard. And you see, as you kind of poof back into existence, you guys watch this gnome fly back like 3 feet, just poof, and land on his ass. And he's like, oh God, what the shit? Oh! And he like takes you in, standing there with your crimson cape and your silvered armor, just like, my apologies, so sorry. Have a good day. And he just gets up and starts walking quickly in another direction. You guys are surprised to see Connex.
I'm in the bar.
Do we have any idea who these two are?
No, you have no clue where
We're the
those
worst
two are.
team ever.
We're the
Do they have any idea or no? Does anybody know where these two are?
Nope.
We snuck out.
Alright, so I'm.
Yeah, you guys are really bad at communicating.
Really bad.
So I'm going to look at Nabuntosh and tell him that you should come out of the veils that you're in. I think that whatever is in there can see you, as it could see me on a different plane.
Did you go inside the building in the other plane?
I went into buildings.
Well, here's my working theory. There seems to be little points of magic inside the building, and I think that they're there to detect intruders of any kind. So I think outside we might be okay. At least I am.
There's something in there that has glowing eyes, and he could see me. He was a being. He wasn't energy.
Well, I think there are spells placed on the building, is my point. And the spells might be spells which detect foes. That's just a working theory at this point, though. I've not seen any activity or movement that makes me feel threatened out here. I think I prefer to stay invisible, just knowing that our enemy is right there.
This is fine.
Guanapo claps this guy on the back, and I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace, just to give us extra stealth if we want to do it.
You bringing your hands down and using his cloak as like a mask. You bring your feathers across each other, and you can see, even as you draw your hands in this flattened manner across each other, some of the fibrous parts of your feathers seem to kind of fray off for a moment, and they spread around you and start to create this mist, and it causes this shimmer. And some of the people around you kind of take notice of like when you they look like they don't trust what they just saw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like taking a double take and going back to business.
Plus 10 to stealth for an hour, guys.
Nice. Is that upgraded?
And we can't be detected unless it's through magical means.
Just with the people that are with you, I'm
Just,
assuming?
yeah, 30
Okay,
feet
yeah.
of me. So.
I am going to try to.
Is there only one door? Like, is there only one door in this building?
You haven't been around back,
Alright.
but
Wanna go around
from
back?
where you're at,
We'll travel with
Yes.
you so you maintain.
as you guys
Yes.
start wandering around the would be the northern corner of the bar, you look up and you can see in the sky like somebody's taking a giant piece of chalk,
Oh.
clouds appearing,
No.
a P, and then an H, A, N, and the writing is like, it's almost childish and undeveloped, but you immediately take note of Fan's name, and you wait for the rest of the message, and it says, Fan is at the bar, enjoying beer.
Is he there?
And you guys just take this moment of like, the fuck?
Gonko just says,
Are you with
Yep.
us? Oh.
At the bar, enjoying a beer.
Guanapo, I have to say, Fan is an idiot.
I just shrugged.
You continue your current mission
Yeah,
operandum.
Yeah, I'm looking, so am I...
I think we'd be
receiving-
better off without him personally. Let's leave him there.
Wow, he's stuck
Let's
over me so much.
leave him there.
Gonko shakes his head. No, no.
I think he's harmless back at the bar. It's okay.
That's so true.
So is there anything on the back?
Hmm?
Is there anything on the back? Is there another door?
As you come around the back, make a perception check for me. You roll a d20 for me.
Jesus Christ, 2.
2.
What?
You,
Wow.
as Konnak starts to kind of peer around looking at things, you are distracted by the sudden hands on your neck. And you feel pressure as somebody's trying to collapse your trachea, which is ironic because you don't breathe.
Right.
But you turn and look and see this fierce anger exuding from Nabuntasha's face as he's got his hands around your neck and is trying
Do I
his
see this?
fucking hardest to squeeze the life out of you.
Do
Yes.
I see this? Okay, I want to try and rip him off.
Okay. Grabbing his wrist and pulling it off. It's not hard. He's not strong.
So weak.
It's like being choked by a midget, or really, it's like wearing a turtleneck.
I'm surprised I didn't
You
start slapping.
rip his hands off of Konnak, and you just like Nabuntasha. You come back too, like shit.
I'm gonna slap him
Oh,
across his
wow.
face and I'm gonna say, "Bad dog." And then I'm just gonna kind of pet your head and kind of look at you and see if you're doing okay.
Konnak, you know what's up. My bad.
My bad, my bad.
I want you to get back into the cloak and watch the front door. Do not follow me. And do not choke the bird.
I'm
I'm
think
gonna
that's a great idea.
I'm gonna tell Guano to come with me, and I'm gonna tell him, please go watch the front door. I'm not gonna be mad at him because I know that he has tendencies, but I'll say that I'm a little startled just because I know that whatever's inside, I don't exactly know what's inside, you know. So I don't know if it was him
That's
or
fair.
if it was something else.
That's fair.
Before I go, I just want to remind you 2 magical items to look out for, okay?
So I'm not going inside, but go watch
Okay.
the front door.
Gonko wants to stop and check you further. Okay?
Because I am dead. He cannot choke me. This one has the arms of a string bean. Listen, it's okay. Follow me. We'll track the building.
With the both of you, it doesn't take very long for you to find, as you kind of pace back and forth, like, you make your first round looking for any exits and entrances, you only find one. It's a set of ironclad double doors that look like they lead into a cellar.
Okay.
So wait, there's only one entrance? Is that the one I'm by now?
There's the entrance that you're by, which is the large oaken, deep brown colored doors with these beautiful ornate handles and knockers that have just wonderful filigree. Like the craftsmanship of this iron is definitely higher than the average bear. And the same goes for these cellar doors, which look more reinforced to prevent some sort of unwanted entry. They are extremely sturdy looking, and even as you kind of brush your hand over the metal, you can feel the quality of the banding across it.
Guanaco's gonna kind of ruffle through his bag stealthily, and he's gonna pull out a bomb and show it to Kana.
Whoa, what? Guanaco is packing? What the heck?
I'm going to say, we will use this. I do not know where anybody else is at the moment. Let's be smart about this. This is something I'm not going to steal from you. Please do not light the bomb.
Eventually he shows it back, and then he kind of ruffles a little bit, and then he pulls out a crowbar.
I'll look at it like, is this something that you want to do just the two of us? This may not be smart. We don't know. We don't have fan and.
Guanaco just writes in his book, I'm not the brains. I just let you know what I have. Tell me what you want to do.
I say that we go get fan, and we find out what the two idiots are doing that always run away from us.
Okay. You're
Shove my
supposed to
crowbar
be
back
chasing
in.
after us.
So we're gonna walk by. We're not gonna purposefully look for Nabuntosh, but I'm gonna say it kind of loud. Fan is at the bar. People go to the bar. Wunderbar.
Accent, and like even some of the people around are like, "Well, fans at the bar." Like, you hear this one voice that seems to rise above the others, and as people kind of look around for it, fans at the bar. Fans at the bar. And
that lasts an hour in the sky, by the way.
Yeah, and it's just you look and like there's a flock of geese that are just like taking flight, and they pass through one of the parts, and like there's just like as it reforms into the proper letters.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
That's cool.
Begrudgingly, I find we'll head back to the bar as well.
You guys arrive to find Fan, who is probably on his second or third drink at this point.
Yeah.
You do realize we were trying to be stealthy, and you just literally broadcast your location.
I didn't know where you were, and I was worried about Guanaco.
So Guanaco said,
Don't worry, the bird has many tools in here. The bird will be fine, I promise you. She could kill all of us. She was the strongest one in the group.
I keep him around for.
I don't think you know where you keep him.
Good reason. He's not only a good friend, buddy. Yeah. What are we doing? What'd you figure out? What's happening?
okay, so there's a building and it's protected magically, I believe.
Yeah, lots of buildings, but magic one. Okay.
Yes, it's a big ornate building with a big giant door out front.
Yep.
I know my way back.
Is that little bartender? She there?
She's there. The weepy one?
Yeah.
She's not weepy right now.
I'm gonna go up to Weepy.
She's been real
While
nice.
they talk,
all
I'm gonna start
night.
making my way up to Weepy. I'll order a beer and act normal and act like I'm gonna sit, and then I'm gonna ask questions.
Act like you're alive.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
So yeah, let me get the lightest brews that you have.
The lightest, God, that would probably be the Oceanside ales. They're really, really good. They have hops.
Don't even think about it. Just grab some beer.
Okay.
Do I know her?
That's 5 silver. You recognize her as being the one that was crying the other night.
No, but more than that. From my... Because didn't they... Don't
Copulate?
they? Yeah.
Nobody copulated.
No, but I thought they... got married?
Was it?
Got married?
Didn't Konak and the barmaiden
That's what
and
you said.
his wife get together and were married?
Oh. Did I say that?
I thought that was
I
said.
I don't recall that.
I don't recall.
I don't recall
I
that.
know they got married, but I don't know
Yeah, I don't know if it was the bar.
I thought you
Maybe it
announced to
was.
us that this was his future wife.
Yeah.
Maybe that was. That sounds
Oh,
oddly
you
familiar.
did say something about a future wife.
I think you definitely got married. Maybe it was the
All I
weepy
remember about
bartender.
this lady was
It was
that
the weepy
she
bartender.
My
My
was-
heart
Yeah,
changed.
it
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
We're
the
different persons
Yeah.
now.
Different because of it.
It was the
yeah,
weepy
yeah,
bartender.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
a great detail. We gotta keep it.
Okay, perfect.
So what I
That is your future wife, and you have this moment, this like hang of like,
Because you know,
Not
but
yet.
she doesn't know.
Not
Right, so
yet.
we're gonna make it happen.
But it's
you
like-
guys are gonna be together. Like,
Isn't she like this big right
she's
now?
a tiny little
Was
gnome.
I with Joanne in your dream?
Thank you.
my question though, would I know her as his future?
I would say probably not. No.
we weren't close enough so I wouldn't know his wife.
go for
You were only there for
dinner.
the expedition, right? And then I helped
Yeah,
you
you
get an
you.
expedition.
It was really like paths diverged, and then like you guys came back together as like friends, but really it was this mentorship of like he's been around for long time and knows economic trade,
Right,
and
right,
really
not
it's
inviting.
like the manipulative part of like his personality now became very useful later on in life.
Picture on the desk.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you know what I mean?
I want to ask the little one. There's a big ornate building. There's a shack where I think there's a big commotion. There's a very run-down one and one that looks very beautiful. What is this one?
Yeah, that shack, I mean, it's been abandoned for a really long time, but I think somebody had bought it. Another elf, if I'm not mistaken. But, no, I don't really know what happened.
No, what about the other building? I know that there's two buildings here that seem like they house humans, or human-sized.
Yeah. So the wary woman, they don't advertise very well, but they're pretty. I mean, a good deal more is more for the upscale citizens of travelers and whoever wants to. I don't want to sound like a really bad person. I'm not trying to sound like a
It's
bad
another
person.
bar. It's okay. It's a bar.
It's another bar, and it's the wary woman's more
What about the other
for the
one?
rough and tumble.
This is the third building.
Oh, that's the temple. Yeah, there's a temple here. Yep.
Who lives in the temple?
Priests, I think. I don't know if anybody actually lives in the temple. It's just more of like a place of prayer and worship. And
Is the door
They're-
locked?
no,
doors
they're
usually
pretty much
open?
open all the time, really.
I'm gonna describe what I remember where this place is. This is the temple. I would be able to map out in the town. I am
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
the correct place.
Yeah. There's really only 3 extra large buildings here. One is you're standing in, the other is the wary woman, and the third is the temple. And it is not matched the description of the building that you were just at.
And where's this other bar? I have not seen it. I know that you talked about it.
Oh, west of here a little bit. But I don't know if I'd really want to go there. If you go near like where they sell a lot of the fish, and there's a school not far from there. But we try to keep the little ones away from it. You know, it's not. Hey, I don't know if I ever said, but I really appreciate the way that you just gave me encouragement the other night, and I'm really trying my hardest at this point to be the best that I can be here. And I was gonna quit, but thank you.
So welcome. Because you must keep going. I think that I'm not going to heed your warning about the very woman, though. I might go check this place out. But I appreciate you letting me know that it
Will
is
you
dangerous.
I mean, I can't stop you, but just promise me you'll be careful.
I will be careful. And then I'm going to take my beer and I'm going to go back to the group.
It was she only charged you 2 silver for the beer.
Oh, the homie discount.
Wow, nice. So I'm going to walk back and I'm going to tell them pretty much, this is the temple, this is the buildings that we've had. Spanish had a little bit too much to
I
drink.
just took a drink and it like spilled out of my mouth.
I almost like laughed, but I tried to hold it in and it didn't work.
Just like
Smooth.
Yeah, just a little jizzlet, you know?
Just a jizzle.
Oh God.
I'm going to say everything that Mike just said. It's a temple. Doors are usually unlocked. I'm going to look at Guanapo because she understands what that means.
He,
Did I say she?
yeah.
No, I meant to say just Guanapo.
is
I'm terrible. So, and then I'm also going to mention that there's another bar. That apparently that's where the rough and toughs hang out. somewhere that the barkeep or little woman has told me that I probably shouldn't go. So I say that we go to the very woman because this is the only place I could see the horse and the other one being.
Yeah, normal.
I am not.
Wait, do we know that they had drugs? Do we know that?
Yeah, we know.
We were up in that box, remember?
So this is where they got the drugs. I'm
Time out.
gonna put the two and two together. That this
We're
is
all
what
sitting
they
at the
got.
table right now, right? Or you guys are gone.
They're gone.
Okay, well, for those sitting at the
We
table,
been gone.
we have a goal here still. Let's just keep that in mind that we need to get back and prove that Joanne's brother's innocent by showing this drug trade is actually here. One of the ways we can do that is to show them the actual drugs. Because we probably could have taken one of the OD guys. We killed him. So that sucks.
Little gnome that you murdered.
Oh, his name is OD.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, his name
No, his name is not
name was
OD.
not
They
His name was not
overdosed.
OD.
They were freaking out.
He OD'd.
I killed him,
He
remember?
did OD.
Yeah,
Killed
and I
them.
held
The
one.
gnomes.
Okay.
One
Yeah.
po's not happy.
Yeah.
Wanko's not happy.
Yeah, not used to the. I usually don't do that around him.
I think you did.
Yeah, so I feel like we still need to stick to that plan, but we should definitely go find them. Anybody know how? Can someone locate them?
We are going to go to the very. Where else would they be? Where else would the two go? They're too big to hide anywhere else. We've been to the two biggest places in this town. We have not seen them walking around. They are
Can we
there.
just sit and wait and drink?
All right. What do I have? I have. What are the two feats you gave me? Were
That
they
was
perception?
movie.
Or was it
Alright.
persuasion
Cam,
and
let's
deception?
just go
Wasn't
drink
it?
at the other bar.
For
It was
Okay.
persuasion when I.
Yeah,
when
persuasion.
All right. I'm rolling a d20
And-
for trying to persuade Fan.
Okay.
I
Go ahead
just-
and
I
make
just mentioned
go ahead and
there's
make a
beer
wisdom
at
saving throw.
I'm just gonna say that's the second way of wisdom.
No, for him.
Oh, okay.
Unless it was
I have
really
a-
low. In which
No,
case.
that was low, but I have advantage, so I get to roll 2.
Okay.
Come on. I think that's good. Jesus Christ.
You think it was good.
Well, no, I think I have really good.
You think it was good.
Yours is a deception. Mine would be a perception.
17.
25.
You got a nat 20 though.
You got a nat 20? Oh yeah.
Feel free to mention that.
Yeah.
Critical
Fan is like a mule, less like an elephant, more like a mule.
All right. So since he's being stubborn and drunk,
Sounds more like
I'm
a pussy
leaving.
to me.
I'm leaving. And I'm going. to the
I'm
very
good with
end.
coming with you. Just don't bullshitter. Let's go.
Okay. I didn't want to beg you. I wanted you to say yes, so we can get the
no
fuck
one
out
even
of the
knows
town.
where we went but us two.
Yeah,
We
we
know
know.
from
No,
the
they just found
barkeep.
out.
They just found out that from.
Oh.
The bar.
You would know her name to be. This was
Christy.
not on purpose. I want you to know that. Her name is Shuttling Zeiger.
Zyger.
Zeiger. Zeiger.
Shuttling?
Why would this?
Shuttling. For
Mike's last name. I'm married to Mike.
CHEDELINE.
I'm
Shuttling.
married to Mike.
I'm married to the DM.
You can get that shirt, Sleeping with the DM. It'll be perfect.
Yes.
Debbie can get that shirt.
Well, and yeah.
When he takes
She
over.
doesn't play with him though.
Well, yeah, you don't play in our
He's not your DM.
She does play with
He's
it all
not
the
your
time.
DM. Who's
She's
your
not your
DM?
But
I played with him more than all y'all.
What?
I don't know. We played for like 6 hours straight yesterday.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you do have a tattoo for him.
Mike and I played for a long time.
Just the two of you played?
Yeah.
We
Wait,
played.
D&D?
We played.
We
played
we've taken
Forerunner.
this joke way too far.
They
Yeah.
played with each other's tools.
I actually played with Mike's tools.
He did play it. I played with a couple of yours.
No, you came
Sure.
over and got some tools.
Yeah.
True.
Good
Use some
times.
of my tools too.
He squirted fluid everywhere.
I did.
I squirted fluid everywhere.
We had to clean it all off of Mike's
Oh, it's so
floor.
gross.
It was all over my chest.
Oh, God.
Mostly
Great.
power steering fluid though. So we
Come
can go back
on,
to D&D.
man. That was a fun joke. Anyways,
Hey, you have a tattoo of him.
I do.
Facts.
Well, not of him. Jesus Christ.
It's a
When are you
tattoo
getting a
for
Debbie
me.
tattoo?
This
Face
month,
ass.
this is
Wait,
bullshit.
what?
Or it's like spear going
I'm
to your
getting
head.
Anyways, back to the
stealth
fucking
building.
story.
No, stealth link,
Uh,
sorry.
Stealth.
You are minding your own business, hanging
That's
out at the
my
bar,
favorite
What are you
counting in
doing?
your head. Minding your own business.
A divorce.
You're on,
Papers.
Sorry.
you're on your second mead. It's delicious. The crispness of this mead is by far and large above any standard honey wine you've ever tasted. There are hints of probably rose, or maybe it's raspberry. Taste buds are a little off since, life. But you still enjoy it very, very much. And you find yourself thinking about it, about roses. First time you met Luca. Where is Luca? Oh shit! And you do a quick fact check.
2 minutes.
It's probably been more than 2 minutes. Not by a lot, but it's probably been more than 2 minutes. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna give her another minute.
Okay.
Because I don't hear any rustling or anything. So I'm gonna wait another minute.
You find that composure in yourself.
I don't feel
Take another
like
swig.
a worried mom. I don't feel it.
How was your persuasion check?
Oh, 9 plus 9. 18.
Multiplication tables.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, well,
Let's just do
you gotta put it down.
18. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9.
What is
81.
this?
If you
Have
count,
you didn't know that?
if
Or
you
nine.
multiply
For
it
nine
by
by nine.
nines,
So 9 by 6, you put your 6th finger down, it's 54.
yeah.
I never.
It's
Nine
the number.
by
It's the
nine,
number of
you
fingers
put
on
your-
one side versus the number of fingers on the other side.
I have a brain
9
for
by
that.
9,
Nine
you put
times
your
10.
9 finger
Just no
down.
roll.
9 times 10
Yeah.
is 90. I had to teach this to Lily the other
Basic.
day.
That's like
Okay,
super
so-
nice.
It is.
Yeah, that's how I know
Anyways.
my
It's good for
nights.
children.
I have
And-
thoughts that do that.
And
for
your
me.
wife.
Ha. Nigel kind of sits back in his chair, and you see he's had his hands up this whole time, but you hear just the faintest, clicking sound of tension being released, and you see he kind of shifts his weight a little bit, and you realize he's had his feet up, and he's now placing them on the ground, and he kind of leans out from the side of the desk. Darling, let's be truthful with each other here. You know more about this elf killer than you're letting on. And I am a man of many pursuits.
Should've gone up there.
So,
Shouldn't have gone.
what are we going to do now that you and your cohort have removed one of my most stable sources of income?
Hypothetically, if something happened like that, why would I come here to speak to you?
Well,
Let's just say I did it.
I'm not saying that I did.
Yes, I did. What would happen?
Cox is gonna have another internet crash.
Retcon.
This whole segment has been removed. We have to redo it.
It just goes black. We're
Hang in there,
experiencing complications.
Leona, pull the cord, pull the cord!
Pull the cord now.
She's into it, dude. I watch her over here. When you guys are all chatting it up, making bad decisions, she's sitting over here like. Anyways, well, frankly, I don't quite know, but I find your boldness, you and is she your girlfriend, your wife,
Many things.
appealing, and I may have use for your particular skill sets. I hear that you and your troop recently dispatched a rather serious threat on the other side of the continent.
Oh,
Oh, wait.
We do?
sorry, it's in my head. That's in my head. Seems that information coming to you maybe of a party that loves to storytell.
Yes, information is one of my many businesses, and you see he kind of lifts his foot and starts scratching his chin
With his foot?
with his foot. He has
Monkey toe.
Yeah. Well, what if his other hands are doing? Why can't they just jump in?
he's just sitting
and
back in
take
his
care
chair and holding it.
of that?
He scratches his chin. what was it they call you? The Banshee Forest Maze Runners? Can't remember.
That
But
name sounds ridiculous.
Close enough.
there are not many groups that run with
Still
a
at the door.
changeling and a centaur, bird, and an elephant.
Funny. I have seen
else.
such characters.
Centaur and
It's very interesting.
You
Let's
didn't
get
say
the
I
fuck out of here.
You didn't say
you know,
elves.
Depp may have partaked in the pleasures of said fruit baskets of people.
I'm gonna try to make my way upstairs.
Where are we?
try.
Where are we
You have
at?
to
You guys are on your way.
Are we there yet?
You're on your
Can we
way.
get there quicker?
You are currently discussing the
We
finer
all have a
points
spidey
of
sense.
whether or not
Right.
Maybe one of our
Idiocy is occurring.
really messing up.
I think I'm doing okay.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great. No, you're fine.
Make-
It's fine. We're fine.
an acrobatics check
We're
for
good.
me.
We're fine.
We're good.
On it. Oh,
You guys remember like Slave Leia from Star Wars?
Yes?
Yeah, you're close.
Look at the big ass D20.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Lucky 13.
That's good.
20.
Oh,
Damn.
20.
How you
19.
how you like them
19.
hooves?
You very carefully finding the most structurally sound parts and using your
Right.
arms to kind of grab
Oh,
on
wait. Give me those.
to the
Oh. I know where this is going.
you
That's what it sounds
one
like.
hoof at a
The
time.
weakest hooves on the planet.
Those sound like Lego.
Careful.
It's like a Lego
No, I
horse.
saw coconuts. I saw coconuts at
You're
the
running a driftwood?
superstition
Crushed
market,
driftwood?
and dude, I was like, I should get that, and then I couldn't remember why I needed them, and now I do. You very carefully make your way up the stairs. There are moments where you can feel
I give you cash.
the staircase start to creak and feel it start to bow under your weight. You very carefully make your way up the stairs, and after a very tense, probably 45 seconds, your front hooves land on the solid second floor.
I walk in the room.
I'm so irritated with you guys.
I walk in and I say, "Hi, my love."
You just open the door, and you see, as you're mid-conversation with Nigel, he kind of snaps forward and reaches a hand underneath the desk. Seeing it's you, leans back.
He got something under there.
My beautiful woman. I walk towards her and hug
You know
her.
you don't see.
Are you almost ready? I'm getting pretty drunk down here and I need to leave. I might throw up here soon.
Boldness. I do like it. Tell me, since your affianced is a little more rigid in her information, it has seemed to me that a potential business arrangement could be made to replace the individual that your team has
What team?
neutralized. Let's not play coy, darling.
I can't keep a straight face.
To keep us, you're trying to put us against each other,
In
which
fact,
seems kind of shady. Nigel.
shady. Shady. Have you met anyone who stays in this bar? And I stay here most of all. Your team has utility.
Again, what team?
He doesn't mean just you and me. Supposedly, some of the delights we had the other night, he thinks is our posse.
Hmm.
What?
Anyways, back to you guys. You have made your way back through town and have come up to the large building that you know to be the wandering Where are you woman?
Wearing.
Where are you woman?
What are you doing?
Detect
What are you
magic.
doing?
You detect magic. How many of those do you get in a day?
All the ones that I want.
Just forever?
At will.
Is this a
This
eldritch feat?
fantastic. Yep.
It's that great old one.
Are you sure that's
I
not
will
once per day per long rest?
Detect magic. Self. At will.
Is this the
Concentration up
bar
10
we're going
minutes.
to? Is this what
It
this
is the back. They take you to the back end of this building. It's kind of in like tucked in an alley, and there's this set of double doors in the ground. Thank you.
Right away, sir.
For the yes, that is detect magic. How frequently can you do that?
If you'll go back and look at it, it'll say
Class
at
features,
will.
magic experience.
Will.
Magic invocation, exclamation.
Thank you. That's why.
At will. It's a cantrip.
Oh,
It's not a cantrip.
It is for me.
I have that on Kavira too, not detect magic, but false life actually. Is that will for me when normally it's a first level spell. It's a warlock thing.
Give it up, Mike. You lost. Let him detect whatever's in the building.
Fun fact: killer whales practice. What's the female monarchy?
Matriarchy?
A matriarchy.
So do great whites. Interestingly, orcas eat great whites for
Yeah.
sport.
Oh, that's.
Their testicles
Their livers.
and livers.
You can
testicles
cast
too.
detect magic
Wow.
at will without expending a spell slot.
Fuck warlock.
That is at
At will just
will.
means you can just be like, "Gah!"
Right.
But like usually it's like once per day.
Nope.
At will.
No, sir.
It
It's
is
a
just
warlock thing, yeah.
go.
Says at will.
Things that I didn't know about warlocks,
Yeah.
and I played one.
Granted, I don't think you really get to pick because, like I said, I
It's
get
not
false life.
overly effective. It's
Yeah.
not like you're doing like fireball at will, but detect magic at
Pretty
will
legit.
is fuck, dude.
That's why I picked it. I saw it and I was like, yes, sir, Eldritch Sight.
Fireball.
You cast the spell.
Oh yes.
This you can see about 25 feet up. You can see the tip of some sort of coiled object. You can see the bottom like set of coils. There is also a strange square object that seems to just be kind of floating in midair. And there are the sconces that you've seen before that seem to light. You would think of them as some sort of light system for the inside of this building. Got it?
I do believe that Odette and Luca are up there because I've seen that coil plenty of times before. What the fuck?
There's a beluga whale under there.
There's a Truckosaurus.
There's a beluga luna.
Beluga
I
luna.
like that.
How are we looking on the
Luna?
cameras? Did we just bump the table?
That's fine. I moved
Okay.
the other way.
So what do you guys want to do?
No, she was.
I'm
moving on.
going to head upstairs and I'm going to go through the door and I'm going to.
It's a set of
First, you gotta
the
enter the
trapdoor,
building.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you
I thought we were
open-
going in. Yeah.
Okay.
Going
So you reaching down, the bomb that you had suggested earlier, clearly on your mind again, until Nabuntosh reaches down and just opens the door. You guys proceed down. It's a very gently sloping.
Wait, it's downstairs. I thought it was upstairs.
No, it's downstairs.
It's like
How-
a
how
dip.
far
He
downstairs?
said the doors go on in.
You guys have to
The
go down
bar's
about
downstairs
5
and then his
feet.
thing's upstairs.
Well, 5.
Oh yeah,
some
because you
odd,
said they were
10
25 feet up.
And then it swoops back up, and you
Oh.
enter into the bar. You enter on the far western side, and then it kind of like circles back around, and you can see this whole bar. There's not a soul in sight.
No one at the bar?
No one's at the bar.
Oh, I'm gonna go grab 2 cups.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill them up.
Okay.
I'm gonna down one,
Okay.
and the other one's to go.
Any preference?
No.
Cool.
No.
The first one's a very light ale. The second one is a very, very deep porter. It's very black.
Hell yeah,
and,
that'll be the sipper.
It's like, man, it is thick, and it is like you feel like you're basically eating.
Yeah, and I'll take out a gold piece
Feels
and
good.
leave it on the counter.
Very polite of you.
Yeah.
Guanaco's gonna tug on his shirt and point to himself and open his beak and make slurpy sounds.
You want a beer? Okay, and I'll take my empty cup. Put the light one.
I did tell you that Odette and Luke are up there.
Yeah, get 1 second. Right.
You know what? Pull me one too.
Little light beer for you. Yeah, fuck it.
It's a very blonde lager.
Yeah,
It is
same for you. There you
delicious.
go.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Just
You
open
watch
my
as
beak
your
and-
friends, being on this rescue mission, have sidetracked themselves into getting candy at the
He
candy
raised
shop.
a good point.
Yeah, just give me 2 minutes. We'll go upstairs.
We don't
Alright.
hear any alarm yet. They're okay.
Yeah. All right.
Someone may be alerted if there is something that begins.
I will pay attention, keeping my eye on her whip. If I see her whip unfold, then I'm going upstairs.
I got my beer. I'm ready to go.
You want to
Don't this
barge
go
in?
here.
You want to go up to the room with the beer.
Is anyone on the
Yeah.
first floor with us?
Would we start to hear?
I'm gonna cast pass without a trace again.
Okay.
Before we go upstairs. So we're
Easy enough.
stealthy.
Okay. What's the game plan? We go upstairs. We're gonna talk to these people.
Very sneakily.
I mean, what's the point of being sneakily if we're
Just be sneaky.
okay?
I'm gonna sit behind.
Guanaco
I'm gonna sit behind.
Trail line.
I'm just gonna sit at the bottom of the stairs while they all walk in.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell Fan keep the door open.
Yeah,
Don't
we'll
close the
do,
door.
sir. I'm gonna stand in the doorway.
Yeah, how are we gonna?
So
I wanna put my ear to
as
the door
you
and see what I
have
hear.
this moment, you can hear Nigel kind of giving them like a, what's going on? Like, what are you gonna do for me? And they're like, who are you talking about? What do you mean? We don't have friends. We
Should
slept
we
with some
listen?
people.
Should we just sit out here and listen for a minute before we go in?
We can go back to the nicer
I
bar.
got no
What's
free beer
metagaming?
if you want.
Free beer.
Do you want to sit here and just listen? I'm watching you do this. I got great ears. If you couldn't tell, big old
No,
beakies
they're
is
beautiful.
nice. Yeah.
Beautiful ears. Let's just give them a moment and see where it goes.
Yeah,
If
okay,
you sense a little danger, then we can
Okay.
I want to see if they have a plan. And see where they're going.
See if they can talk their way out of this one.
We always do.
Always do, man.
Yeah, thank you, Cox.
Nigel
Oh, sorry.
stands up. So, what you're all telling me is that the elephant, the bird, and the strange human have no relationship to you.
Which one of
Did
us
I
is
just
the
hear an
Yeah.
elephant?
Which one?
I'm gonna kick the door open. I ain't a fucking elephant, motherfucker.
As you were saying,
This guy? Yeah, we told you we didn't know an elephant. He's not an elephant.
as I am not a baboon.
We are Luxodon. We are good people. You need to respect that. As you were saying, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Did I get out of the way before he kicked the door open, or I just
Yeah,
go
yeah,
flying
no,
with
no,
the
no,
door?
I'm not
it's
in the
easy
room
enough.
yet. I'm just kind of standing outside to see what happens. I wanna
At
keep
this
myself
point,
up.
you notice there is all the magical objects that are around you guys, and there are several sconces, as well as similar square. It's almost like a stone. It's about an inch thick, and it's like a rectangular octagon or hexagon. It's got some sides that are flattened and smooth together, but the middle section is elongated. And as you kind of like, what the fuck is it? And you're looking at it, and your fucking heart drops. As Nigel bows deeply and says, "And this is where I leave you." Reaches under the desk and touches something.
Try to.
A trap door opens.
Oh, and there we go.
He begins to fall, and I need all 5 of you to make dexterity saving
Oh my gosh.
throws.
Even though I'm not in the room?
Yeah, she didn't.
I just said that before I said
Yeah.
I'm not in the room. Okay.
Want us to make dex throws or just you guys?
No.
He was
You
down
do
the
not,
bar.
because you're far enough away from what's about to happen.
17.
Come on, Blurple.
15.
18.
15.
8.
in the bag?
What's in the bag?
None of them are rolling well.
Okay. So, what did you get?
17.
Okay, let's start with that one. There we go. That counts.
It was a reverse roll. The higher you get, the worse it is.
You're hoping.
I know.
You hope. Sincerely hope. Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you get? 17?
Yeah.
You take, man, that's kind of shitty. Excuse me, 12 points of fire damage. What'd you get?
15.
You take 25 points of fire damage. What did you get?
I said 15 originally because I added it wrong because I thought that was a 7.
Did you say 25?
I got 8.
You take 25,
I got 18.
How much did I take?
12. You take 12, you take 25. 25, 12.
8.
25 points of fire damage. As the glyphs of warding that you recognize at the very last moment, having your hand right on it, you can watch as you hear the baboon take a leave. There is this sudden surge of magical energy, and all the runes on these stones light up. You recognize the spell immediately. This is Glyph of Warning. They store spells. And fireball just erupts. The entire side of the building just blows out, and your ears are deafened. You see just fire erupt out of the side of the building, and you, what'd you get?
I got 19.
You ducked. You're blasted up against the wall, what's left of it, and you kind of come to as you look down, and you can see this huddled black package poke its beak out and kind of like look. You can see there's smoldering feathers on the back of
Can I
its
try to
head.
go down the hole?
You two have been blown out of the building and are now lying on the street. People everywhere are starting to scream. Man, you are still in the room. It seems like you were sucked into and then thrown backwards up against what is left of one of the beams that was holding up the center post of this room. You watching just bodies and flames and spraying of wood, kind of like go to look upstairs. Make a perception check for me.
Can I try to go down the hole?
20.
As you start to make
Nat
your way up
20.
the stairs, you're like, the fuck? And you look, and you can see this figure moving down one of the hallways. This singed smoke kind of trailing off the back of it.
I'm gonna go follow it.
Okay. Chasing after it, it is a very nicely suited baboon person. Let's go ahead and start with initiative.
For everyone?
For everyone.
Different dice than that piece of shit. That one's actually good.
16.
16.
Yeah, I now have sharpshooter, so
Okay.
I can shoot from up close with no disadvantage.
19.
19.
Thank God. There you go.
20.
20.
19.
19.
What's your initiative number?
14.
14.
Okay, so
16.
16.
High initiative.
I'm
Y'all.
the
Yeah, you guys fucking roped that one in.
Where was that? One dice roll ago.
As you start to chase down this baboon, you see he kind of turns and looks over his shoulder. The yellow around his eyes is strikingly familiar. And it's this emanating evil aura that just pours out as you see the hatred and the loathing behind them. You recognize this as probably the same creature that saw you while you were in the etheric plane.
Oh.
And he raises his hand and
my.
points it right at you.
Oh my.
And that's where we're gonna go to break! Give us a couple minutes to go pee, get more brewskis, and man, I hope you guys can figure out something to do here. We'll be back. Yeah, stick around for the baby pink cactus. She's got a video. Enjoy.
At one point in her life, she had 11 toes. Then she ate one. Her name is Christy. She'll be painting.
So then,
Fact.
yeah, he's
Welcome
got this
back.
long giant dick.
It's amazing.
It is the best superpower. Every guy in the world would pick that superpower.
Absolutely,
Hands
100%.
down.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes,
Dude,
they would.
you know what got me though was like when the guy threw up on his
What's
face,
superpower?
and he
on
just
his
started
own
melt.
face.
Like, what a shitty superpower. You're not even immune to
Mute
it.
to your own shit.
Usually, just your mouth works.
Right.
That's
My
it.
superpower would be
You throw up on your hands are gone.
Right.
One time, you add just
Right.
one time in the
Yeah.
night,
That would be
that's how you go.
superpower.
Anyways, welcome back. Zizix, heard you're online. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Yeah,
I'd
no.
like that.
Last time you guys played with Zizix, you left his whole team to die.
Yeah, we did.
Outside the
Sorry
cave.
about that.
Nim left his whole team to die.
Let me go ahead and just say that slight has not been forgotten, and I hear about it on the regular. It was like 2 years
Really?
ago. I hear about it on the
That
regular.
was.
Nim
Leon, were
saved
you
his
there?
team and
No.
left
No?
their team to
It was
die
it was
all
Lost
the same.
Mines of Fendover. They had just left the mouth of a cave. That's really important in the beginning of the story, and it was 2 teams of 4, and
He
Nim
said finally.
Nim
He's watching.
yeah, Nim and his team dipped while Zizix and his team died? Question mark?
Was your mom playing too?
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, Mom
Became
was dead.
unconscious, and we
Became
just
unconscious.
didn't go back.
Yeah, she got hit in the chest by a troll.
Yeah.
I felt really bad about that one.
We left them to die.
We
Whatever
left them to
happened,
die.
happened.
Well, they were capable beings.
Obviously not.
It was literally like bullet sponge or bullet meat shield. Meat shield.
Yeah,
Steal all the gold. Run. Anyways, welcome back. Witness Guild, we have empty bladders, we have fresh drinks, and just before the break, you guys had done some interesting denial of who you are as people and individuals towards an investigative or a person that you were investigating. We seem to know a little bit more than you would like. The rest of the team had shown up, gone inside, grabbed some brews, gone upstairs. Having been called an elephant, Fan lost his composure, at which point Nigel opened a trap door that seemed to be well placed and purposely stood upon, released a magical trigger. A lot of the team got hit by a fireball, except for Konek, who watched the smoldering monkey person dash down a hallway. And as this person runs down this narrow passage, he turns, raises a hand, and Konek, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna say, why did you kill my friend?
Vibe.
Is that what you want to say? Is that your turn?
That's your turn?
He raises his hand like he's gonna battle.
He raises his hand.
We did initiative.
I'll say, why did you kill my friend? And then I'm gonna fire my 2 shots.
Okay.
Free action? Free action.
I think it's a +9, but let me just double check. I don't know. Some of my stuff changed for whatever reason. I don't know why I lost +1, but I think it's a +8 now. Actions. Yeah. So strong.
Where am I?
Nope,
Where's
it is a
the,
+9. So I got a 21 and a 27.
Yeah, both of those will hit.
And Hunter's mark goes up.
As you make the first shot, you can see this magical energy kind of, as he's bringing his hand up, you fire the shots and he brings it back across his body. This glimmering silver energy kind of appears. The first shot, ding, and sticks into this energy. The second shot, following right behind it, penetrates. And go ahead and roll damage for the second shot. Huge shield.
Is that the sound of the corn and guanacos pack popping?
Yeah.
From all the heat of the fireball.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
You would be, that's what
I haven't
happened
fought
now.
in so
Longpow's just
long.
freaking out.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Jesus Christ, roll it back up.
So does everyone get a mimosa?
She asked who wants a
You
mimosa.
didn't ask for one.
So the mimosa store is closed?
Leon, do you want popcorn?
18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. Yeah. You fucking sink that second arrow in. Kind of like Robin Hood or God, what's the other one?
So even
Merida
without,
from Brave.
even without disadvantage, so even with sharpshooter, I still missed the
Legolas?
first one.
Yeah, so he raised his AC at the last second, and was able to deflect the shot. But the second shot, as you see your first arrow hanging in midair, you bring your other arrow around, squeeze it right into the same space, and you watch as there's a momentary, like, oh fuck, maybe that won't. No, yeah, that works. And you watch the arrow kind of fly straight through his hand. You see him shriek out in pain in a very baboon-esque way that I can't replicate. And you see the arrows in his hand, and he just kind of like looks at it, looks at you.
And then I throw my. Is he moving?
Yeah, he's trying to move,
Okay.
but it's not his turn. So.
Then I'm gonna throw my cantrip on him, which is infestation.
Oh.
Is it a bonus action?
No, it's a cantrip spells.
Yeah, because you can only do one action. Spells are actions.
If it says it's an action.
Yeah.
If it says it's a bonus action, you're totally allowed to.
Cast in time, one action.
So you can't cast it this round, but you could cast it next round. Anything else you want to do? He's about 20, 25 feet away from you.
Can I see anything down that hallway that looks like where he's trying to escape, or is it a long?
There's a window at the end. The room comes to this rounded kind of.
I'm just gonna start. Does it look like he has a weapon in his hand?
He has a weapon through his hand, but no, he does not currently wield anything. Okay.
I can hear movement.
Isn't that what the stick is for?
Use
The stick's just for me
Use
playing.
the stick.
How far can you
Where is
run?
my stick?
I think it's 30.
Okay, 30's right on him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So as you proceed forward, you catch up to him. You can see he's trying to like reach down and grab the arrow out
I'm
of
gonna
his
try
hand.
to tackle him too.
That would take an action.
That would. Oh,
Yes.
never mind.
So you start running after. You fire these arrows. You start running after him. Next is there anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Next would be Odette.
He's downstairs for me.
He's downstairs from you. That you know. He fell through the floor.
Okay.
That's what you know.
I'm gonna go through the floor hall.
Okay. So it's half your speed to stand up.
Okay.
And you are a 500-pound deer person going
And I
through a
also
trap door.
have a slow fall.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
beach.
you putting your hooves through first and leaning your body back, there's like it's scraping. The wood is scraping and it scrapes up on your bra, your super metallic He-Man bra.
Metal.
And like you can hear the iron scraping as your weight kind of forces you down, and just before you land, there's this moment of like, and you focus on the key inside your body, the key inside your body, and manage to manipulate it enough to stop you from hitting the ground too hard. I would say you have about 10 feet left, and you are just next to that pillar there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Luna.
Anything else you want to do?
Hmm.
Because your speed's 50 right now, right?
55.
Half would be 25 because we rounded out. And so it would
So
take him
25
10.
left.
So you have 15 left because it would have taken 10 to get across the room.
Okay. Can I move? So like 5, 10. I don't want to block the doorway though. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
And then
No worries.
hold my action.
In case.
No, in case I get attacked.
Okay.
My unarmed strike.
Okay. Next is going to be Fan. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
me.
Fan.
I'm going to stand up, half movement.
Okay.
Just curious, what am I looking at as far as wall structure goes?
So looking at the building, there is a massive hole, humongous, probably 20-foot hole.
How high?
Part of the roof is started to collapse in.
Yeah.
It's about, I would say, 15 feet up is where the hole starts, but it's probably the lower 2 to 3 feet of the first floor, or the upper 2 to 3 feet of the first floor, and then like the whole second floor and part of the roof has collapsed in. And you can see splintered wood. It's partially on fire. And people are screaming and scattering. There is dust everywhere. It is utter chaos at this point.
Okay. Okay.
See?
Okay.
3 people that can't stand fighting.
Movement.
What?
Ready to
She
fight.
stands when we fight too. Just
Oh,
kidding.
you excited?
Leon's like,
She's into it.
can you move Chris forward a little?
I am going to go ahead and summon my bears
Oh,
right
that's
in
just
front of me.
satisfying, isn't
Where'd
it?
it go?
It's just satisfying.
Perfect. Now we know what this is for.
Aw.
Your bears!
Bears can smell the menstruation. Your bears, indeed. Where?
They're probably flipped upside down, one on top of the other.
Yep.
Mike.
Got him.
Do we know his AC?
Well, you make a Arcana check for me, just real quick.
Okay, for next round, because I didn't call it, I get extra hit on him because I'm using those magical arrows. And I forgot to tell you, but...
Yep.
+2.
Forgot about that. You're using your
So
plus
that
2
would-
arrows.
Yes, that would have been 21.
It would have been 23 and 27.
Make sure to remember to collect those when you
Yeah.
shoot.
And then they get an
noted.
initiative roll.
Yeah, go ahead and
It's
roll it.
okay. I understand I messed that one up, but...
Yeah, we'll remember for next round.
8.
8 for the bears.
And then with the rest of my movement, I guess I'm just going to run up behind my bears and just kind of camp right there.
Okay. Oh, sorry, that was a little high. Great. Perfect.
Yeah, next
Perfect.
victim.
Next victim. You take 4 points, Fan, of piercing damage.
Look,
As
hurt.
you start
Oh,
running
Jesus.
forward,
Okay.
you feel the impact, this heavy fucking impact. It doesn't do much damage, it only does 4 points of damage. You turn around and look over your shoulder, and you can see standing on the rooftops of the building across the street from you, there are 2 archers. The first one missed, the second one got a really bad hit on you.
What type
But
of...
they're clearly, you're not outside, so you can't see.
What type of archers?
I can't see. Yeah,
Ask.
you can't. What do I see as far as like people?
Just glancing at them real quick.
What do you know?
Cloaks, they're not gnomes. I will tell you that. They're not gnomes. Taller than gnomes. Cloaks kind of obscuring their faces. They look lithe. Quick on their feet. Typical archer types. Interestingly, at the same time, the oh god, the monkey man is gonna go. Nope. Yeah, that's what he does. Okay. As he's pulling the arrow through his hands, you see him kind of grunt for a second and rip the arrow out of his hands. As he looks at you, you can see, now that you're this close to him, his right eye is glass.
Ooh.
It is a very good copy, but it is not real. And as you focus on this eye, this wonderful piece of art, I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me.
You chance it again.
Of course I am. He can't fight me. He never can fight me. Oh, yes. Fuck you, Mike. You're my fucking asshole.
Really?
Keep your bedroom proclivities to yourself.
Why does it always do this? I hate when
He nares it.
Dude,
That's
we
just
need to set her a
considerate.
day.
What is it?
I keep forgetting,
Where am I going
but I
from?
really
Oh,
need your
yeah,
help.
we do,
I really
yeah.
need your help, but I know your wedding's coming up,
Say
so.
wisdom saving throw?
It'll be my wedding.
Yeah.
day.
Charisma.
Charisma.
How about you, Linear?
Karapika.
Not on my
Karapika. What is that from?
Hunter, hunter.
Is it? Oh, Karapika. It's the name of a girl, isn't it?
No, it's a blonde kid.
Is it a blonde kid?
He's a boy.
But all the
18?
boys
Oh,
are
yeah. No, he's localized by a chick, definitely.
Yeah.
18
They're
minus
all
1,
girls.
17?
Really?
Dirty motherfucker.
I'm bummed he's not.
As he pulls the arrow out, you focus on this eye, you look at him, and there's this wash of energy that you feel on your brain. You can feel tendrils of just inky, black horridness start sinking in, and for a moment, your mind clouds over, and you're like, wait, dude, this guy's my friend. No, the fuck he's not. No, the fuck he's not. And you break the spell, and you can see the frustration as he snarls, his massive incisors just bared together. You can see the tension in his jaw with the frustration that the spell didn't take. And he is going to risk the attack of opportunity and keep running out as fast as he can, which is not the fastest in the world.
So I'm attacking again.
You can take an attack of opportunity if you want. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Misses.
What?
Hunter's mark.
It's just
I'm like,
just a
holy
joke.
shit!
Just
what?
a joke. Just a joke. Wait, 42 doesn't hit?
No, I was blown away.
$16 points of damage.
Fuck, dude. Okay. Okay.
And I'm gonna scream again. Why did you kill my friend?
Okay. As you sink the arrow into his calf, you can see he starts to limp, but he's still struggling with all of his might to make it to that window. Okay, cool. That's the end of his turn. Next is going to be... Who's got the higher AC? Or the higher AC, the higher dexterity.
I have +4.
Plus, oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's her.
it's definitely her. Go for it. What's up? Luca, what do you want to do?
I would like to get up.
Okay.
My movement is 30.
Okay, so 15 feet to get up.
Damn, goddamn.
It's half your speed to stand up.
Okay, to get down the hole is 10, right?
It's only 5 feet away from you.
Oh, from me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have 15.
20.
So 20. So you have 10 left.
I have 10 left.
I can math.
Do I get to Odette?
You would. Are you jumping down?
Yeah, I'm going down to the hole.
You land on top of her.
Right, her back though, right?
It's unintentional, and you still take 1 point of damage because it was unexpected. But yeah, you just fucking.
But
and
she's
you're like,
my bitch. She's up on me all
shit.
the time.
All the time.
Yeah, but she dropped 10.
With my hoo-ha pushing the blow.
Yeah.
I'm
How
pillow
meaty
lips.
is that?
Vaginas are not
How meaty is
Where
that?
is
Super
this?
bitty.
Puffy vagina.
So puffy. They look swollen.
Is that bad? I don't
Dude,
know.
I literally, I was like, I don't get this joke. Is it a reference? And I Googled it, and everyone was like, no, it was just to fuck with you. And I was like, well, there you go.
That's Rick and Morty.
Justin Roiland. Yeah, I know. The one where they're inside the theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the viruses, which were great depictions of viruses. Can I help you? Are you DMing?
Oh,
Are you DMing?
Well tagged.
he's got some
Who is
input.
it?
Well
Who is it?
Tail wag. It's Bandit.
Oh,
It's
I
my
was gonna say
bandit.
lift him, but never mind. It's like don't lift him.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got your
that's the
pets?
One you can.
You got your pets. Go on. Go be a dog. Go on. Anyways, what are you doing?
Okay, so
Probably what it is.
since I'm on top of her at the moment, I'm going to cast Long Strider on her.
Terrible.
That was legit.
Long Strider.
It was one kernel.
On her,
okay?
and then her for 1 hour her speed is increased by an additional 10 feet.
Jesus. Your speed is now 65 feet, Odette.
Damn.
I cast that perfect. Okay, and then for my next trick, I am then I'm going to then use.
What?
I'm
She
gonna
has
do
in her mouth? What? I thought I picked them all up. Sorry.
mantle.
Adopt a dog. They eat your
Inspiration?
ashes.
Yep. And the 3 people I choose is Odette.
Do you have to be able to see them?
Hold on, where you go? Yes, within 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah? So
Okay.
Connacht, Odette, and myself.
Good to go.
Alright, so then they get temporary 8 points of
You're
health.
trying to get. Oh, actually, you don't. Yeah, you already established that. Sorry.
Wait, what?
I have super high health. I'm not worried about it. I'm a fucking tank.
How high is your health?
66.
It doesn't work for him, but I don't know if you know that or
Oh,
not.
nope, no. Oh, good to know.
I mean, everybody at the table pretty much knows.
Yeah, we know he's
Well, and I
dead.
won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind
So
of
then
got naked for the
Right.
most
each
part.
person now can move.
Right before we go
Yeah, I
delve
didn't know
into
that.
this.
Yeah.
They can move up to its speed without provoking
Opportunity
opportunity
attacks.
attacks.
Okay.
Okay.
So, would you like to move? Either
Yes.
of you two. What would you like to do?
I can move my full
Yeah, you can move your speed.
65.
Block him.
Sorry. As she reaches down, she grabs right into your ribs behind the haunches of your deer shoulders. And as she does so, you feel the magic imbue into your body and your limbs become lighter. And you... Wow. Rump up. Now's the time to rump up.
Rump up.
I
You
want
wanna
to go
move?
behind him so people have opportunities to flank.
Did you bring Luca
I
with
have
you?
no reason to move. I
Okay.
don't feel.
You left Luca
I guess
behind?
is the window
Okay.
big enough for him still to squeeze out? How big is the window? Well, can I see?
The window is big enough for him to, if he were to decide to go through it, yes.
Even though
I'm gonna get in front of him.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're just talking about the
Right
size
in
of the
front?
window.
I'm gonna get right in front of him.
did Luca or did Odette just blocked it? Wait, is it your turn
No,
again
you want to
already?
go in front of him. Wait, no, right there,
Do I
right?
not get a turn?
No, I want to get in front of him. I
No,
wanna
no, no,
be-
they
I wanna
have-
be
it's
with
a
the-
thing
Yeah.
from
No,
the-
no,
it's
no,
like
no.
a-
He wants to be next to you.
What?
They get to move after she casts her spell.
Right,
I didn't
right
forget.
here?
I want to be in front of him so I get another attack
Oh,
of
okay.
opportunity, just like you will if he tries to
Yeah.
squeeze out.
Okay, there you
Okay.
And then I'm going to move.
Can you move?
Yeah, can you move me like this, like this? Okay. And 'tis all I would like to do, good sir.
Okay, perfect.
Laboontosh, summon your inner demon for us. Come strangle him.
I don't think I can get there.
The boom touch. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stand on up
Okay.
and then
Takes half your movement.
where is an entrance for me?
The entrance is right about her.
And would that put me on the same level as everyone?
Yeah, you'd be on the first level. What's your speed?
30.
You cannot make it there. So
Right.
this is about 20 feet away from you right now, but you could get to about here.
Okay. Can I see those archers that were on the building attacking Fan?
Turning around, having heard Fan emote and looking up, you can see there are 2 archers on the buildings, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move towards the first level of the building.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm going to.
I can't turn you around, so
That's fine.
maybe I can't.
You
turn
don't need
around.
to. It's not.
Oh, turn around every now and
It's your
then.
first night at.
We get better. I'm just gonna get one of those like trash claws.
Yeah, right, little grabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the grabby one.
I like this more. It's more personal.
Okay.
Anyways, what do you want to do?
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the closest point to you. And I get 2 beams.
You get advantage because you're flanking right there.
That's what I mean. Do I get advantage on both rolls?
Can we stop
He's
this?
trying to get
Sorry,
out.
I'm done.
This needs to end.
As long as she's flanking.
I loved it personally.
Not
He's
fair.
turned around. He's going.
Don't offend.
There's a
That's
wall
some
in
other-
Japan
some other advantage and some other-
that very few people know about where that whole song's like
Wait, what was that?
Oh,
His
that's
back is
cool.
turned.
Really?
He's pointed this
somebody.
way, running
I mean, I think it was
from behind
American
like this.
based on the writing, but
Huh.
and there's also a
So why is it an
thing with it.
advantage for me?
Go, Naboo.
Can't think of the word.
Naboo.
21 and 13.
21 and 13. Both hit.
Both
Wait.
hit.
Yeah, both hit. Yep.
Dang.
So I get 2d10
Comes
damage.
up and puts his face in your face. He's just like,
He's like, where's Boo?
Say hi to everybody about it.
No, wait. Yeah.
Oh, that face.
I'm aiming them both at the same person.
You're not getting it.
Both at the same person.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not those.
And then I get 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage. You watch as you.
Dang.
The first archer draws back his bow and releases one, and then the second one firing right behind him, and you looking at the opportunity as the archer draws his bow back down to try and see if he hit Fan. You're like, oh, bitch, not paying attention. Boom, boom. You don't even bother getting up first. You just boom, boom, blast these two eldritch blasts right at him. Scramble onto your feet, back up against the wall, and watch as the first archer just falls onto the ground.
Elegant. With class.
Next is going to be Guanapo.
Okay. So, can I see them from this point if I get up?
Looking at the archers, yeah, you just watch as the baboon
No,
toss.
can I see them down there?
These guys down here, no. So you're staring at an open hole that looks out onto the street at Naboon-Tosh and Fan.
So I can go down that hole that everyone else has gone down?
Or you can go down the stairs, which are immediately to your right here.
If I go in there, can I see them?
Going where? Down the hole?
I want to go wherever I can see them. What's the best?
These guys? The hole is the fastest route.
Okay. So I'll take the hole down then.
What is your speed?
30.
Okay.
Oh, I get 40 on my first turn, and then it goes back to 30.
Right. Okay. So it costs 20 to stand up, which means you have 20 left. So
Okay.
it's going to take you 10 to get to the hole.
Okay, and then
And
where
then
do
you
I
have
end
10, you land right here,
up?
and you have 10 proceeding.
And I can see them from here then?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going
Also,
to...
you're on her back, dump truck ass.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You landed on her and didn't say you got off, so you're back
You
there.
have sharpshooter?
Okay. Not angry at it.
Yeah, we both are able to flank then.
Alright.
I'm gonna look at the baboon, or bamboo,
Bamboo.
and I'm gonna
The
cast
bamboo.
silence on him. Cast a 20-foot radius on him.
Huh.
It's gonna...
Oh no, look.
Any verbal component spells are gonna be null for him. And it only affects people who are completely in the radius. So if
All of us?
you're not completely in the radius,
What do
if
you
I
mean?
center on him, it's 20-foot radius. So if you're only partially in because you're a centaur, if your ass is sticking out, it doesn't affect you.
I mean,
Well, 20 feet.
we're all in
They're
the
all in
radius.
20 feet now.
Everybody in this area is in the
So
20-foot
it'd be-
radius.
Show me how that
We're
looks.
attacking.
So-
We don't-
I'm
we don't-
probably
square is
10
5
feet.
feet.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
every
really
square is
tall.
5 feet.
We're melee.
Yeah.
A 20-foot radius
are?
would extend
I'm not.
to here.
Do you have to
What? I
say
thought
things
you
when you
said it was
pass?
5.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, okay.
So it goes
okay.
right here, I'm sorry.
Okay. I interpreted
So
wrong.
that would be over here as well. So
Okay.
you're talking about, it
Do
would,
it anyways.
Okay, so
5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, who cares? Just fucking do it.
That bear might
Yeah,
be
that's
in
fine.
it
if
as
he's
well.
only
That's fine.
partially in it, it won't affect him. They have to be completely
Okay.
in the radius.
Okay.
So no one can cast spells in there. They can't hear anything and they can't emit sound.
Oh, they can't
Okay.
cast a spell.
Whoa, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry. No cast spells?
No
If
cast
you
spells?
cannot cast a spell with a verbal component,
Got
so
it.
you see VSM,
Yeah.
Okay, B.
you cannot cast a spell if it has a V on it.
Oh, fuck.
That's
Okay,
all your
that's
spells.
Fine. That's all my spells. That's fine. No big deal. Look at it.
No
Sorry.
big deal.
Yeah, that is.
I was
Right,
trying to
you're
disarm
Hello,
this
my baby.
magical dude
Hello, my
here.
darling.
And that's
Hello,
that's all I'm
my
doing for this turn.
See, we all do it.
That girl.
Is that the end of your turn? Top of the round,
That
Konak, what do you want to do?
Tomac, it's your turn.
He's bleeding,
Okay.
and leaving a trail behind him. He looks
Yeah.
weakened.
Yeah, he's basically.
He's
dead.
breathing heavily, but you don't hear
Yeah.
anything. This weird muffled silence kind of
Yeah.
envelops the whole room, and it's very similar to being on the ethereal plane. And you wait to see the caterpillar for a second. You're like, nope, he's not here. And you go, and even as you start moving, you don't hear the sound of your clothes. You don't hear anything. It's a pulse. I don't even know if you can hear that.
Alright.
We'll say no.
And this
Completely.
weird
You're
battle
deaf.
On
music.
both my
You're-
shots, I'm taking my -5 to AC, and it gets +10 on each hit if I hit.
Okay. Just want to let you know, he
Yeah.
looks pretty bad right now.
You might not need that.
I just want to let you know. But,
Technically, it's only a -3 because plus my arrows are +2.
so it's -10 to whatever you get.
No, it's -5 to my ace, whatever I hit, right? So if I hit 20, it's an automatic 15. I get -5 to whatever my hit is, but because of my
Oh.
arrows, it's only -3. I get 10 plus damage on each hit.
The bears?
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about
The
here?
bears are.
You skipped my bears.
Oh, your bears. Yes, I forgot about
Oh,
your
you
bears. I'm so
forgot,
sorry.
so-
No.
I didn't.
We'll go right after him.
Okay.
Sorry about that. So what are we doing here? Is this the homebrew rule that we made, or is this something
No,
specific
it's
here?
legit sharpshooter.
Oh, it's sharpshooter.
Yeah.
You're taking a -5 because of sharpshooter.
Technically, it's -3.
You can
Because
choose
Because
to
you have
do
the
on my
plus
arrow.
2. It's all of your bonuses -5. That's all it is. technically it's just -3 because you have a +2 and a -5. So technically, yes, it's +3. This is for the people at home, really.
16.
Yeah, stop counting. Just stop it. When you get into the 20s, it's kind of like yeah.
21.
21. He will shield again for the 21.
So 23.
Does that
So
require
add
purple
10.
on it?
Does it?
What?
Damn, Daniel.
You can't use purple component to it.
Yeah.
Which is like most of my spells. I'm looking like, oh, that V definitely shows up quite a
Yeah,
bit.
it's a lot of spells.
That's a lot of spells.
Does it? It does, doesn't it?
Yeah!
Alright, so tell me if 20 points of damage already kills him, because if it does, then I get more. That's just the base damage. That's just for
You're
hitting.
doing lethal shots here, right?
Oh, these are lethal shots.
You pull out the first arrow, and you sink it squarely between his shoulder blades. You watch as his mouth erupts open. There's this spittle of blood that lands on both of you. And as he kind of like stumbles, just
mouth open,
completely silent, looks in pain. You guys notice for the first time that his right eye is made of glass. And you drawing out your other arrow, don't even look, and it penetrates the back of his skull, causing the right eye to
Can I catch?
make a
Athletics?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Right?
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics check for me.
I'm gonna whisper. I'm
21.
Sorry.
You catch it midair, covered in gore and scratched on the back. It is a solid orb of what appears to be some sort of stone, but is very ornately decorated on the front side to look like an eyeball. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna search his body.
Okay.
Is he
That'll be
dead?
your next turn. Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
fucking
got
dead. He's
the
got an
idea.
arrow sticking out of the back of his head.
Are we still in
question.
combat downstairs?
Huh?
We're still in combat downstairs?
You're not in combat
So why can't I search his body?
because he's in combat and he's in combat. So,
Go.
next up is going to be
The bears.
Oh, the bears. Thank you.
Yeah, how far is the guy behind me?
Well, the guy behind you's dead, and there's another dude that's about 25 feet up on the building, or about, I guess it wouldn't be 25.
they
It
were
would be like
both behind
15
me.
feet. They're on the roofs of the buildings. It's about
Okay,
15
across
feet
the-
up.
Across from me.
Across the street.
Okay, about 15 feet up. And
10.
we-
It would be
we have
10
a-
because you're in a fucking
we have a
gnome
book.
village.
We
It's
have a
10.
book. We have a book.
Matthew.
Give me the book. And then
You really want to use the stick for that?
yeah, right on. I'm gonna have my bears turn around
What have we
and
done?
start climbing the
Do they have a climbing speed?
building. They do. That's why I asked for the book.
Bubba.
Bears. They can smell menstruation.
You can have Nick Foles climb for you?
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Making bears.
Their climbing speed's 30 feet.
They make it to the top of the building with plenty of, about what, 20 feet to spare?
Yeah, sure. And then I'd like them just to rip apart that motherfucker.
Go ahead and make attack rolls for them.
Yeah. They each get 2 attacks, one bite, one claws on the skull for one bear.
I really need to fucking step up my game when it comes to battle.
It's gonna be a 22 and an 11.
The 11 misses.
Oh, you tried.
22 hits though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's dope.
Right, you gave us 3 opponents? We're number
Well, I thought the
7.
fireball would help.
Yeah, we're number
I mean,
7 for
that
level
did
7.
Boost me down.
I'm level
to-
8, so.
Well, you
Plus
tried
20
to.
years
You
of
tried
life.
to take me out of the fight. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
You probably wanted me to attack.
If it wasn't
other
for
people.
that fucking spell, I think he would have survived. But
My spell?
The first
Yeah,
bear's
yeah.
gonna do 5 damage to him.
okay.
The second bear rolled a savage. Why do I keep missing this? 2 12s.
Okay.
Both hit? Oh, savage.
They're not
Okay.
wearing heavy armor.
The first one's going to do. That's okay. The first one's gonna do 9 points of biting damage, and then he's gonna go in for the claw, and that's gonna be 11. So 20.
How do you want to do it, man?
Yeah.
Oh, you said the words that cannot be spoken.
Can't be spoken.
Yeah.
I found out that's more of like a D&D thing, not just their thing.
It is. It's not really their thing.
But
Who?
in what
Who?
in what way? Do
My
you,
bears are gonna climb up, right, and they're just gonna start ripping apart at this guy. And about the time he's just right before death, I would like one of them just to like claw him in the back of the head, and you're gonna just watch him fall and just face plant and splat.
Just
Splat.
the body
Splat.
like a wet balloon full of like meaty,
Jello.
chunky parts. A
Oh.
little bit of jello. You watch the body kind of splat open. The wounds that were already dug into its body, assisting in the evisceration as it impacts the ground. As you like stand there with satisfaction, you hear, "That's the bears I saw earlier!" And like everybody around you that's on the fringes,
Oh God!
there's a crowd that has
shit.
gathered, and people are looking up and looking at you guys, and like there's this moment of like,
I pull out my wheel and
I'm
go invisible.
gonna just give my bear a little wink, and I'm gonna have them like run the opposite direction off the roof. Just get out the fuck town.
yeah, the bears just shingles going everywhere. There's a moment where one of the bear's front paws sinks into the building, and you hear it kind of roar out, and looking up, it looks like it may have broken its paw, but it continues to bolt, and both the bears eventually jumping off the roofs. You wanted to check his body? Okay. You find a metallic key, skeleton key, very interesting looking. You find about 250 gold. And actually make a perception check for me.
I would like to run up into his office and try to rummage for documents before
Okay.
they burn.
I'm gonna drop silence, by the way.
Silence is gone. You run upstairs, make a perception check, investigation check for me.
19.
Can you make that investigation? Because you're looking at a specific
Okay, well,
spot.
investigation's 23.
Great. So you rummaging through his pockets, you find a beautiful dagger. It is very ornate. It is small, but there are like acid burned runes on it. It doesn't give you the sense that it's magical by any means, but it is really ornate and very beautiful and looks extremely expensive. The hilt is covered in this platinum material that, as it wraps around the hilt, the handle, your fingers kind of sink into it naturally, and it feels really tight in your hand. It's a +1 dagger. Extra sharp. What'd you get?
8.
8. As you start kind of grabbing at the drawers, you realize most of them are locked, and putting all of your might into it, it doesn't really help. You try and try and try. Do you have a crowbar?
I do not. Can I yell for one?
I mean, if you would like to.
Yeah, like
I need a crowbar!
Does Guanaco hear this?
I would assume that you are probably in range enough to hear it, yeah. You run upstairs, he hands you the crowbar. You guys are outside, and people are staring
I'm
and
invisible.
pointing. You're invisible. People are staring and pointing at you as you kind of just stand there, like, total dick out moment.
I'm Frank, not fan.
Yeah.
What are?
Looking for my brother Frank.
Nothing to see here. Keep it moving.
Nobody moves.
No. Like concerned looks, or like just looking
Concerned,
like
but
what's
like
happening?
everybody's kind of. There's some people that have shock. Some people that look confused. Every now and then you see somebody that looks kind of angry.
Okay.
Do they ring the town bells?
There are no town bells going on.
Just a cow walking by, you know. Sweet. Yeah. It's just a building blown up. I don't know.
Okay.
Something inside weird. I got attacked. This is what's happening, you know?
Using
Crowbar.
his crowbar, you pry open the the desk, and you find, as you pilfer through, a list of names, and it looks like some sort of record, some sort of document that keeps track of what's a name, and then something you don't really recognize written next to it. It's a strange. Make an intelligence check for me.
Can I just do comprehend languages?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
As you cast the spell on yourself, you realize that it's a cipher, and it talks about locations, specific locations that you know to be immediately around the area, and payments that were received for something. It looks like there's about 25 to 30, and go ahead and make another. Just make an intelligence check for me.
Sure. Oh. It's where's intelligence? It's just
At the top.
Oh, it's at the top.
Yeah,
Okay. 7.
The names do not strike you as being particularly anything important, but
Cool. I'm gonna take the list, fold it up.
it's more of like a book. It's like a diary or
Like a ledger.
like a ledger.
Cool.
You could say.
Taking. Any other documents?
There are 2 health potions. There's a potion of invisibility.
Grabbing that.
And there are
Guanapo wants some of that.
3 earrings.
Wait, what?
You recognize them to be earrings.
Okay.
Good job, attaboy.
Guanapo just kind of extends his hand and looks at Luca. Purdy.
Not mad not mad after I give these to you? Forgive me?
Okay.
Okay, I give these to you.
They are silver, and they have a beautiful blue sapphire. They're identical, and they are fabulous, wonderful to look at.
There's 3 of them?
And there are 3 of them.
Oh. I hold one up to my where my ear would be and I look at Luca.
Oh, so beautiful.
I just
Handsome,
kinda put them back in
gorgeous.
my pretty
Yeah,
pouch.
the half moon shape really accentuates the backside of your beak.
And then 1 invisibility, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any
As
other
you
documents?
finish pilfering the body of this creature, you find 2 more daggers hidden, just strewn throughout the different locations on his body, as well as a very unique looking rod with a wheel protruding through it.
Take the wheel. Put that in my pocket. And then the daggers. Do they all look pretty similar?
They all look very similar. Slight differences here and there, but
I'm just gonna take all 3 and I'm gonna have I know that I'm gonna have Naboo Tosh see if they're magical of any sort.
Okay.
If any are more magical.
I would have made my way in.
Yeah.
I snuck away from Fan.
yeah.
What?
You're on
Made it
your
inside
own,
the
What
building.
do we see outside that window?
I'm just
Like,
gonna
where was he
whisper
going?
while you
It
leave.
just looks like an alley. Looks like an escape route.
Just get me an ear.
Get you an
Get me an ear.
An ear? A
An
corn?
ear. An ear.
Like
Off the dang god, get me a fucking ear.
You whisper to yourself awkwardly as people are starting to close in on you. It's turning less of like a crowd of shock and more of like a people do not like you. You're getting very negative vibes from what's closing in on you. You're probably standing in what would be a 60-foot range, 30 feet to either side, and people are starting to close in.
Okay, while this is occurring, I am going to. My bears are gone, right? I sent them. Fucking
Yeah, your bears are.
fuck. No, I'm just going to. Yeah, yep, this is happening. Well, shit. Hey, everybody. What's going on? I'm gonna run inside.
I'm gonna start making my way outside.
Okay.
Wait, you say you're running inside?
I'm gonna run
As you
inside.
gather your
Yes.
belongings, you.
I wanna pop inside, just inside, and I'm gonna disguise myself as Jeremiah, and then I'm going to pop back out and be like, "Oh, hello there, friend. Come here. here for a second. 1 second, little munchkins. And I'm going to pull him inside, hand him the invisibility rod, and say, meet us back at the bar.
Wow, first communication of the game.
Yeah, done fucking deal. And I'm gonna go, if seeing the dead guy across, I'm gonna take out one of my just real beautiful sickles that has the nice,
Sharp edge on it.
little deer antler for a handle.
Ooh.
I'm gonna walk over to the monkey and slice an ear off.
Make a medicine check for me.
What kind of health potions are they?
They're just regular potions of healing.
I told the fan bam we need to fucking leave.
Oh, just kidding. Fuck. 8.
It's a sloppy job.
Yeah.
And you missed like the lower part of the lobe.
Yeah.
But you managed to get it off.
Okay, and as soon as I do that, I'm
it's
just
just
gonna
strange anatomy.
rub
for
the
you.
stick like I watched him do, and hoping, Jesus, it turns me invisible.
Turn the wheel.
Yeah.
And, reveal invisible.
I'm gonna go out the back alley that you can see.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna pop back out front and be like, little people, don't go in there. It's on fire. It's dangerous. Stay outside. Please vacate. I was just in there when it exploded. I don't know what the hell happened.
People are moving towards you with grumpy looks on your face. You're, as Jeremiah, still stand out.
Sure. But
They're about 20 feet on either side at this point.
I'm gonna walk out.
And moving towards.
I'm gonna walk out, and I'm just gonna be like, who is friends with the monkey?
Oh, there's that.
Get no responses. People are moving closer. They're probably about 15 feet
That's
away.
fine. I'm going to push through. As nobody answers me, I'm like, if you will not answer me on who the monkey is that killed the other elf, then I have nothing to say to you, and I will keep going.
I try to make my way back to the bar.
I'm gonna push
or
through.
our hotel.
I'm
That's where you're
following. And I would like
I'm
to.
going through the crowd.
Through the crowd. You guys are, all three of you are going
We're
through the
still
crowd then?
upstairs, right?
Well, yeah, we're still upstairs.
The building is on fire.
Okay,
and
so
Oh,
tugs on
So
your
yeah,
shirt and
I'm
says,
sure
"Go."
you guys are leaving.
Go.
We are stealthing out.
Make a stealth check. With disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm invisible, so
There's a bunch of people around you.
I would like to
Really
crawl out
tall.
the window and kind of get a good angle on the view of what's happening while I'm
There are a
invisible,
sea of people, gnomes
Okay.
mostly, that look like they're closing in on this location. You're watching Luca, Odette, and
19.
Konak start to push through.
I would like
you managed
to
to sneak out the back pretty carefully.
I'm
You're
still
inside the
Jeremiah.
building.
I'm Jeremiah, and I'm like, oh, those people are weird, huh?
seeing the
Like persuasion check.
being far away.
disadvantage.
I'd like to cast Faith Spirit to the upper floor that I see open.
Okay.
And cast a very, very, very pissed off dryad spirit.
Okay.
Yeah, that is just hissing with fucking disgusting ooze.
Yeah.
And I would like it to come screaming out of the top and just start terrifying gnomes and trying to get them the fuck away from this
Okay.
building. Like something has been possessed in here.
As the four of you are collected in the front of the building, Jeremiah is standing slightly off to the side. It's like a cockroach hiss, leaps out from the top of the building. A sturdy, tall-looking wooden creature. It's like a tree if you inverted it. It has like bushy parts to like its elbows and knees that maybe allow for more articulation, but its head is mostly this knotted, gnarly root system. The eyes are dripping green and very neon vibrant energy pouring out of them. Screeching out of the building, you hear a gasp from the crowd, and some of the others kind of back up. And kind of, as you kind of reach the first gnome, you look over your shoulder and you're like, "That's my friend." And everybody just starts parting, and the whole group, the entire area starts parting as you guys walk through, receiving disapproving looks. Are you following?
Yes.
You travel with the other four. You make it back without incident, really. You're small enough and sneaky enough. Nobody. The other
first one?
five are traveling. You're the first one there. Are traveling there. You notice as
I'm
you
gonna
guys
stay
make
invisible.
your way through the group, they're following you. People whisper at a distance, but
Do I have my dryad with me?
if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'd like to be invisible, and so watching them go off, if the group's gonna follow them, I want to keep my dryad at that building and see if people are gonna stay with the dryad or not.
Okay.
If people start following them, I have a plan for that. So
It looks like the other half of the crowd has not pursued any further as their dryad's standing in the middle of the
but some
street.
of them are.
But the group that was on your side that you parted through seems to be following you.
Can
There's
I
about 50 gnomes.
I would like
following
to
at
just
this
get
point.
my dryad up and start floating it over the crowd towards the
Do
ones
they have a flying speed?
who are kind of going.
Where are they? Are they following us now or
You
no?
guys are all traveling as a group towards
The
forest.
the
hotel.
bar, the
No,
hotel.
the forest.
Um,
I'm going
Wait,
to say.
where are we going?
I'm going to say we are
bar.
going to the forest.
You guys told me the bar.
I thought you said we were a group.
Odette sent a letter to
5 of you.
Monaco, Lieutenant of the Forest.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus Christ.
The scary forest?
Yep,
Yeah, let's go to
Going
the
back
forest.
home.
You'd rather go through the forest with the giant leathery monsters than the
We know
little
how to get
fucking
through.
midgets?
we know how
Yeah,
to get
but we're
through.
going home. We need to bring back the drugs anyway.
I send a paper bird, and I say, meet us at the forest as soon as fucking possible.
You release it, and the very beautiful. It looks similar to a raven. You feel
Aw.
like maybe he'll appreciate that more as it flutters away and heads back towards the direction of the bar. You guys head north. As you start moving northward, you notice there's a collection of people that don't look the same. They're not
Oh.
gnomes. They're
I
lion.
don't like that.
There's a person who looks to have scales.
Fuck,
That's
it's the
great.
circus guys. Carneys.
There is a very beautiful elf with pale skin and black hair. And they are looking at you with this extremely aggressive look. The raven-haired elf reaches back onto her back and pulls out a very sharp-looking sword and kind of like shrugs her shoulder. The mass of them, probably about 15 different people.
Tell Odette, run.
The face spear moves 40 feet, and then
Flying? Or just
it's just a
speed?
moving.
Okay,
it
so
doesn't
it's,
have
we'll
yeah.
say it's leaping.
And then
from-
it can
place to
also,
place.
for an action, do a 30-foot dash.
Okay.
In which
It's very unusual
So-
watching this thing dart from location to location. And even with this dryad, it looks like as some of the gnomes come running up to the Carneys or the circus people, I don't know, is Carney derogatory? Is that
I don't
inappropriate?
know.
Oh, is it? Sorry if it is.
Think so.
I don't think it is. You watch as they come running up, some of the circus folk lean over and like comfort them, and like they're whispering, there's lots of shouting, and you notice that the
do I see the lead, the head circus folk guy?
there is the lead-in his bright purple robes. He has a very disgusted look on his face.
He's the
I
magic one?
whispered loudly,
Yeah.
He's the
like
one.
a whisper to the group. I said, we need to run now.
As I watch the blade come out, I'm gonna have my face spirit make an attack on him.
I dropped my
It
disguise.
is not. It's the sword spinner person thing.
I want to attack the lead.
Okay.
With the face
The
spirit.
lead or the person with the sword?
Once the sword comes out, I would
Okay.
like to attack the lead
What
Yeah.
appears to be the lion. Okay.
with the face spirit.
Go ahead and make an
Like
attack
as
roll.
in
I'm
it's gonna
Odette,
come
I'm just like
flying
kicking,
out of the
running.
crowd.
I'm kicking him.
He's gonna see it like 30
Dash,
feet away.
baby,
It's gonna
run.
blink, disappear, and then blink right in front of him
Make
and
an attack
fucking
roll.
attack.
You still are at 65.
I yell at Konak to get on me, and we will run if he jumps on me.
I'm just as soon as I see this, I mean the lion, I'll just say something like, all I know is that the egg told me that I will be alive.
It gets
Remember
2
this
attacks.
before you fight,
Oh,
right? So
I'm like, what?
you showed me a future.
19 and a 12.
12 misses, 19 hits.
This is the one that's like freaking complex to add up.
Mm-hmm.
This music is a little tame.
Right?
I don't know. I imagine this music if like munchkins are attacking us.
They're not munchkins. They are surface people.
Right.
Fucking love that movie.
Me too.
Second reference for Wizard of Oz.
Second? What was the
I
first?
made one earlier.
Oh.
You did?
I was talking about how the magical forest was one step off the yellow brick road.
Oh, that's cute. Appreciate that.
And it leads you into Wonderland. I merged.
Wonderland.
Oh,
I
Alice.
merged.
But the lollipop.
It's gonna be 10 force of
is
damage.
not-
As it pulls out its short sword, which is a nice little yellow glowing green and black ooze dripping sword that it just fucking starts stabbing him with.
Comes in
yeah, you
slashing,
did
bam,
it.
bam,
Wow.
bam. You watch as the Leonin pretty much just stands there and takes it. Boom, boom, boom. The force energy kind of sinking in. You watch this sickly bright green glow kind of run across his chest. You see as he reaches up, rips off his cloak and his robes, and underneath you can see this scarred, patchy, looks like mange, but it's healed. And there's some hair that's returning to his body. He is jacked out of his fucking mind. And you see as he kind of uprights himself, and he literally, his eyes just go blood fucking red. And he just starts taking swipe after swipe at your dryad. Anybody else want to do anything right now?
Me and Odette are running.
We're
right?
trying
We're trying to
to
run.
run, yeah.
How far away are we? How far away are we?
Unbelievable, dude. 2 natural ones.
Yeah.
He gets 3 attacks, so. The first one is going to be a 16 to hit.
A 16 hits. Barely.
Okay.
How close are we to the forest?
It takes 7 points of damage as he just starts slashing through. The Dryad swinging his sword around, doom, doom, doom. At this point, the rest of the Carneys start to rush forward. You guys are about half to 3/4 of a mile away.
How
You
far
could run
away
if you
are we
wanted
from
to.
the forest?
Half to 3/4 of a mile
Mhm.
to get to the edge of the forest.
Mhm.
And how close are we to the enemies?
Oh, the enemies? They're maybe 20, 30 feet away.
Damn.
Going.
Big Spear has some hella fucking HP, let me tell you.
Noted.
How much damage did you say you did?
7 points of damage.
Yeah, jeez, he's like 10 minutes. Not that big,
We rolling for initiative? Are you guys running?
but. Yo,
Are
it's
you
up to you
coming
guys.
on us?
I'm invisible and I will let you know that I'm watching what you guys are doing, but I'm kind of making my way.
All
Well,
right.
you guys don't know.
I'm
not gonna
going.
tell
You
you,
guys
but I'm
go.
watching what
I'm
you're
going
doing.
invisible. I gotta look. I gotta stay back.
You
for,
We go.
Guanaco.
swing the wheel forward
No,
and
that's
just completely
I'm watching Guanaco like a fucking
disappeared.
We
Um,
wanted to go at the
oh,
same
Jesus
time.
Christ,
This is
man.
a
You
fucking crazy
three
forest.
are now in the target area. What are you 3 doing
It's
specifically?
running. You guys, you can get on her back, can't you?
If you're gonna stand and fight, we're gonna roll initiative.
Well,
I will give you this. I will give you 6 Hagans. In my head.
No, we're staying. We can't fucking just go to the random fucking forest. We would lose it forever. It's a weird forest. What do you
We
mean?
have to enter together.
We know
Go
how
ahead
to
and
get out.
roll
We have to enter
initiative.
together. We know how to get through it though.
Go ahead and roll for
No,
initiative.
you know how to. They don't know how to.
Yes, I could get out of it. Get out of it. Oh fuck! I'm done running. Oh, I have advantage on this.
Where have I gotten
That's
at
still
this point?
nothing.
You haven't. You're just sitting at the bar. Like there's nobody around.
I haven't gotten
It's
the
very
paperwork
quiet.
yet.
Haven't gotten the paperwork yet.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
With advantage.
Do you
on that.
care if I roll a nat 1 on an initiative?
No, it has
Okay,
no effect.
4.
It's the best time to get a nat 1 and the most useless time to get a nat 20.
Yeah, 4.
For real. 15.
Need to put my invisible
Okay. I'm assuming these 3 are just doing nothing. Okay.
I'm on top of Odette, so if she's not going, I can't go.
My initiative's 2.
If we roll, can we roll? Can I roll initiative even though I'm invisible?
If you'd like
It
to.
doesn't matter on the plane. That's fine.
The best time to roll now.
10.
Okay.
I love the way
You wanna-
turned out on this.
I mean, you're not part of this fight, really. Okay. So the raven-haired woman is going to rush forward. Seeing you disappear, she knows roughly where you were at. And she's going to take 2 swipes with her sword at disadvantage. Ooh, man. First one's a 20 to hit.
At disadvantage?
Yeah, she's +3, but I rolled really well. The twins, man. The second one's a 10 to hit. Okay. So the first one is going to be a... Where's my D8? It's going to be 8 points of damage as she starts swinging wildly, slashing at where she thinks you're at. There's a moment where she connects and the blood... Actually, you don't really bleed, do you? There's a bit of fleshy gray flesh grossness that splatters onto the ground as she swings the sword through you. Next is going... Sorry, that's the end of her turn. Yeah, next is going to be Nabuntosh.
Okay, I'm going to start running away, retreating back, and as I do, I'm going to fire 2 Eldritch Blasts right at that lion motherfucker.
Okay.
I'm going to do...
Guys, I'm running low here.
Same.
And that is an 18
never
for the first one.
18.
And then that is a 14.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Eldritch Blast uses force damage.
Yes.
Okay. Go and roll for damage.
Son of a bitch. For both or just one?
Yeah, for both. He doesn't have very high AC. Especially since he took his magical robes off.
And then 23 points of damage.
How much?
23.
You boom, boom, slamming them into his chest. You can see the veins in his neck are starting to protrude, and his overly developed physique is swelling with this barbaric rage that he's in. The impact, and his eyes just focus on you. The future was yours, and I'll take it from you. Ah! And he's just flexing down like Hulk smash angry.
And I take my full third of movement, and I'm like, ah!
Okay.
Like this?
Run as
Yeah.
far as you can away.
Yes.
Next
Miles
is
shimmy.
going to be the Leonin, who is going to chase after you. He's going to use his full speed. Who's about 20 feet away. You've moved 30 feet away. He is going to use his full 30 and then dash to follow you. And at this point, as you turn around, you see him. He's not running. He is clawing his way towards you. His entire upper body just flexing as he gallops in a panther-like run after you, foam spewing from the side of his mouth. He gets about 5 feet in front of you and comes in with like a sliding skid and just stops and is but can't do anything else.
Is he 5 feet away from me, so we're engaged?
Yeah, you guys are engaged. Next is going to be Connor.
How far away is Nabuntosh in this line?
He's about from where you're at 25 feet to the north.
So this is a bonus action. I'm gonna take it first. I'm gonna Misty Step.
Okay.
30 feet away from this lady, still where she can't see me, so
Okay.
I'm gonna be cloaked. Can I shoot within this cloak with sharpshooter?
I mean, you can.
Can I keep myself
can.
hidden?
You know that Nabuntosh seems to have pretty good luck with doing things underneath this cloak.
Alright, so I'm gonna take the lion. I'm gonna fire. Actually, I'm gonna do Planar Warrior Hunter's Mark on him,
Okay.
and then take some shots, boy.
Go for it. I don't have enough stuff for this right
25
now.
and 20. I'm sorry, 27, 25.
Jesus. Yeah. How much was your 21 points?
23.
23.
34 points of damage.
How many?
34 points of damage.
You lean back and just and you pump that planar energy, the ethereal realm, kind of warping around your arrows as they fly through, true and straight. They impact squarely in the side, and you watch as they sink in. He seems unfucking phased, like does not care. Yep. Anything else you want to do?
Can I do infestation?
Not as in you've already used your action,
Okay.
so you can't do it this round. If you want to do it next round, you can.
Alright, so now I'm done.
Okay. Next is going to be. Holy dog shit! You guys rolled bad.
Yeah, I
it's
got
gonna be
like a 4.
I would like to go ahead and do Mantle of Inspiration.
Ooh.
Okay.
Who's around me? It's Odette.
It would be. Really, it's you two.
Okay.
He's about 30 to 35 feet away from you. That's all you really see.
Okay. I'm just gonna do it. Then.
If you really want to set him up, I mean.
No, I don't want to set it up.
You can draw a horde out of here if you want.
Horde?
Close we are to each other.
Yeah, there's a horde. There's about 50 gnomes and about 15
Let's just fucking
carnival
run,
folks.
So the gnomes are attacking us too?
The gnomes look like they're part of this, yes.
50.
They're
Let's
about to go.
leave.
All right.
They don't have a lot of speed, so.
I'm gonna do it to the. So it's gonna be me, Odette, and Naboontosh.
Yes, as
But
Jeremiah.
he can't take
But
it.
he's about 35 feet away from you.
60 feet range.
Okay.
So, right, well, you get 8, but the main thing is that they can take their full speed without
provoking attack of opportunity.
Yes.
I get 8 healing.
Yes, temporary.
Temporary hit points. People are starting to pick up rocks and huck them your direction.
Are we moving?
What's up?
Yeah, do we get to move?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get to
you
move.
can move.
Go ahead.
Full
Yeah.
Do
to
I
your full
take
speed.
opportunity of attack if I...
No, you do not.
Alright, so then again, I'm running. Just 30 feet away, running.
Okay, 30. You two are moving. You two are invisible. You're at the bar. Everything seems fine.
You're at the
So
bar.
no paper touch. Did Naboontosh run?
Yes.
The Bootosh is running.
Cool.
We're running with him.
You guys start dashing. It's this moment of like you're running with all of your hearts, and the fucking horse lady comes catching up to you, and you're like, and you just try pushing forward even faster.
And I yell, let's get to the fucking forest now.
I just wanted to say that my fake creature would have been following him like blink, blink, blink.
Trying to.
Literally catching up with him, but
Okay.
I'll wait till my turn.
Well, it's your turn, so.
Oh, dope. Yeah. I missed my attack of opportunity. That's on me, but he's
That was
going
my
to
bonus action, by
then
the way.
follow.
Did you have something else you wanted to do?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Come on, Michael.
I'll
Yeah, I was
use
just like,
Yeah.
geez, alright.
Sorry for keeping track of bonus actions.
Yeah.
Is how far away is the Leonin?
The Leonin?
Leonin.
So you just moved 30 feet. You just ran your full movement.
65.
Yeah.
Is that carryover from last time? How long was that other spell? That
Unless
light
for an
book?
hour.
1 hour. Is it concentration?
No, it's not.
Okay, then you're fine. Yeah. So you dash. He's about 30 feet away from you.
30 feet away from me?
Yeah.
Then I am going to go ahead and do. Where'd it go? Where the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do my vicious mockery, and I am going to say so eloquently is at first I thought you were brave, but then I realized you're just stupid. And he must roll a.
What kind of damage is that?
That is
Well, how long does
Psych damage.
Scotia's thing last?
The psychic damage.
Which thing?
No, the where no one can talk.
Oh,
Sorry,
I dropped it.
sure,
Oh, that's
you
outside.
already dropped
Oh,
it.
you dropped it?
You dropped it.
psych damage.
As you reach out and like just insult the shit out of him. His eyes, blood red. It's like talking to a fucking wall. No effect.
No effect to psych damage. Not even
Sorry.
like resistant, nothing. Damn. Alright, cool. That gives a lot of cantrip. I'm done now.
So you guys are running.
Yes.
What are you two doing?
I'm my fey creature. I'm going to find one.
You're going to find
as
one.
fan.
Okay.
While I'm doing that,
Where are
it's
you?
only 6-second increments.
Yeah. Where are you going? Like.
You knew about the bar.
I knew
don't
she.
know about the bar.
Yeah, I knew.
You knew he was going
I
to the
was
bar?
invisible when they were all in there. And,
Okay.
I thought we all.
I was
said the
aware
bar.
what happened. My
People
fey
are starting to
creature-
rush around you. Like you're pressed up against one of the walls, and there's just a sea of bodies moving in front of you. There are a shitload of gnomes. They're all picking up rocks or debris or whatever they can find and throwing it. You guys are barely outpacing the shots that are following you. And there are Carneys leading this charge. They seem to be working together as one cohesive unit and doing their best to catch up with you three. And I'm assuming you guys are just dash all the way out.
My fey creature does get an attack on the line.
Would you like your fake creature to?
I mean, that's up to you. It doesn't seem like you're too interested in it. Do you have a plan? That was
can
very
roll-
non.
roll-
That was like a. It don't matter.
You can kill some gnomes if you want.
I don't. I want to kill the lion.
Oh, the lion.
He's been attacking the fucking lion this whole damn time.
Okay.
You missed an
Yeah.
attack of opportunity.
Go ahead and make attack rolls for your dryad. What are you doing?
I'm up against a wall.
There's
I'm gonna feel
people-
lying on a wall.
So, like, I mean, if you want to move forward, it wouldn't be hard. It's not like you're pressed up against the wall. You're just trying to find a way to not be trampled unless you
He's
want to
still
be running, in which case you would like to be. You can run.
21 and 12.
You're
still
invisible.
invisible,
You
right?
have, like,
Yeah.
all the things. The 12 misses. The 21 hits.
I'm gonna misty step again, except I'm gonna go over the crowd.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you...
find an open spot just to go over. but
Yeah, I
wanna
mean, you
watch
can make
and-
it to the front of the crowd
I
if
wanna,
you want.
I don't want to go to the front. I want to misty step to the side so that I can watch what they're doing.
Yeah, no, everybody's
I wanna
running
watch
past
this
you.
thing.
Like, you're already in a good position to just watch. You're sitting in a doorway. It looks like this might be a residential place. It's only about 7 foot tall ceiling, so, like, you know, it's not that far away from you. But everybody is just running, chasing after your compatriots.
I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna watch and see how far they can go by, and then I'm gonna go try to get Quantico as well.
Okay.
I don't see Fan, so I don't know.
Yeah, 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. You don't watch as the dryad starts slashing through. Is there a certain range that thing has to stay within of you before it becomes of its own volition?
So, 90 feet.
Okay.
So 6-second increments.
If you're, are you dashing? Or?
I would like. I'm pretty much gonna stay there and watch it attack him until I feel like they're comfortable.
I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
right.
right. It has dashed at this point. You're
Yeah.
right. So this is gonna be my last one, and then. It's
so
gonna
as
be
it's
done.
starting to slash
Yeah,
and hack
yeah.
through, you can feel the tether between the two of you starting to weaken.
Yeah, we're right at that.
And you have this moment of like, it's time to leave. It's
Yeah.
time to fucking leave. There is, as the crowd passes you, you guys are staying ahead. It doesn't seem like anybody's quite as fast as you. The lean in, trying with all his might to chase you, only has a 60-foot range, and since you already put that 30 feet in between you, you guys stay about 30 feet in front of him just to keep Nabuntosh in sight. You guys, before a couple minutes is over, have reached the road where you can see the edge of the forest is within a couple
Are
feet of
people
you.
following us still?
Yeah.
I'm guessing as soon as we hit the tree line and we hide behind trees, we're then in the magical forest.
Mm-hmm.
My partner's not here, and she's driving us right now. I'm co-pilot.
You guys watch. The last of the horde seems to move past you. With the exception of this rather decrepit-looking gnome carrying a small cane. It seems to be made out of wood. It has a gnarly big head on it. His long fingers extending around it. For a gnome to look this old in daylight, this dude must be fucking old.
Mhm.
Like, fucking, like, damn near his deathbed. and you watch him as he's chasing. God damn newcomers! I'll show you! But other than that, most of the people have moved past you. At this point, you feel the release of command over your dryad, and you hear this echoing screech as a building about 40 feet away from where you last knew it to be erupts in flames. People start screaming and shirk away from it, but we continue chasing. Some of the people in the back start moving sideways as there's now screaming and horrific shouts. What are you guys doing?
Go up in flames how?
Like the front of the building just erupts in flames.
Just boom?
Just, and it looks like it's catching on fire now.
Similar to what we just experienced.
Similar.
Okay, I'm running to the bar invisible
Okay.
with this stick
Bar
in my
invisible.
hand.
Do we see Guanapo?
Are you running to the bar as well?
He said
I'm
that.
assuming you are. Okay. Yeah. After a couple minutes, there are random stragglers. There are people who are running. It's utter chaos. There's a lot of dirt being kicked up right now, and you're kind of picking and choosing when to go and when not to go.
Yeah.
The two of you both finding opportunities to jump through little pockets of population. There are women screaming. There's a child standing in the middle of the street crying. You guys managed to make it to the bar before too long, which is oddly deserted. You don't see anybody around. You're just twiddling your feathers, and the door, the saloon-style door, just kind of and you hear heavy thudding on the wood, 2 sets of feet, as both of you make it inside the bar.
Guanapo, I need to tell you. You can't see me. Yep, you can't see me. We need to get the fuck out of here. We just caused a lot of shit. The whole town's fighting. That's everybody ran out. It's just pretty much me and you. We got to go to the forest. I don't know where anyone is, so please grab my hand. Can we pretty much go?
You reach down and grab his hand. As you kind of grab onto him and pull him closer to you, you watch as the form of Guanapo disappears. You're now standing inside, and you can see this like pinkish silhouette
This works for you too.
of Fan. And there's this radiating aura that seems to spill out around you guys, almost like a mushroom that touches the ground or a fountain that just pours out a continuous wave of energy. And everything's just kind of different in here, and it's very pretty.
He just kind of slices his hand a little bit.
And you start waving your hand around, and you see occasionally a feather kind of pokes out from just space.
Alright, I'm just gonna say to the forest.
You guys start moving towards the forest.
Yeah, I did not know you were here with me, but okay. That makes 3 of us. You want to come in the orb? So we know we can see each other. I don't know how we were going to communicate. You got a rope.
Remember our call?
I do locate magical item. I can follow you. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay. You pick the tusks. Instead of picking his actual wand, because you've experienced the, one's closer to me and one's not, you pick the tusks of the Luxodon companion that you have.
Tusks are magical?
They're not magical. You
Doesn't
can
have to be
locate
magical.
object. Doesn't have to be up. You can
Oh,
be just
I thought
an
you said
object.
locate magical
That's what he
object.
said, but locate object works.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you guys rush forward, Konak in tow. You can see as you start running out of the town, the pockets of screaming. The fire is starting to spread, and there are thick, billowing pillars of black smoke rising from the city. You can hear screams, and off in the distance, as you kind of make your way crossing the road at the last second, you can see the crowd has stopped on the closer side of the road, and some people are shouting, pointing at the forest. Some people are shouting, pointing backwards. You can see as it's just this brief moment as you pass into the woods, this strange orange bubble on the far western edge of the horizon. And it's really hard to put your finger on what it was, but it was there. You rush into the forest, and silence. It's not silence in the sense of somebody put magical silence on the one magic caster in the room, but more of like peace and calm. and collectedness. And then a slight moment of panic as you realize that your whole six-party group has broken back into the factions from the zero session. So, what do you guys want to do? You're standing, you can see, every time you look around the tree, it seems like they're moving farther and farther away. But not too quickly. Nobody's moving.
So every
It's
time
kind of
we
a
look,
fisheye.
those
It's just kind of like a
three-
fisheye lens. You don't see them.
Are we in the forest?
You three are in the forest now.
I have an invisibility potion. I have no more invisibility. I can change, you can change, and I say we get out of the forest.
I don't think we need to worry about them chasing us anymore.
I think I can agree with that.
So why do we need to be invisible right now?
Well, this one's kind of, people can see her beauty and radiance for quite a bit of ways.
You should send a note to Lucas again.
And say what?
Ask him to meet us in the forest somewhere.
Shit went down.
Right.
But
I think
this-
Quindet
but
might be the best place for
forest
us. They're
is
pretty welcoming to
But
criminals.
the forest is so large. Like, what if they go in and they're in a different realm of the forest?
That's probably what's going to happen if they go in at all. I doubt they'll go in, honestly. They know the forest is probably a border to their lands and they probably won't go past it.
If we get out of the forest now, potentially we can find our cohorts.
So if she turns us invisible,
Well,
and
I only
we
have one potion and I
try
have
to
no
run
more magic.
out
We
of the
don't
forest.
know that if we exit the forest from the exact space we came in, if we're going to be put back into the place that we came in.
It's worth a try. If we just run out real quick and we're all invisible, we can go out and wait for our group. And if we're waiting for a long time, we can just go back into the forest until
What if they're already in the forest?
it's worth a try.
I'll
Just step out.
let's try it. You want to just let's hold hands and do this together?
Yeah.
Hold
I don't want to
hands.
get
Just
separated.
get on my back. Get on my
Okay.
back.
All right.
Make an intelligence check. I'll say with advantage because they're helping.
Oh, it's just gonna be the
Oh.
top piece,
I
yeah.
know he just throws that in,
17.
just like
Okay. As you kind of point yourself, you're like, okay, I don't want to go straight towards the angry people.
Mm-hmm.
You pick to the right, and there's this disorienting vertigo as the forest kind of pulls you in more. Having been in this forest one more time than everybody else here, you're like, no, steer, and you start pointing out the different marks on the tree.
trees. Yes.
And you guys manage to, after about an hour, you broach the forest, and it's like this weird time dilation where you step out and you feel the wind around you kind of rush and move past you, and leaves are just scattered all around you, and dust is rising in this very acrid, smoky smell, and the sound of screaming. The sun is starting to set at this point, but in the afternoon light, you can see this black pillars just erupting from where Hagen is at. It's about a quarter mile away from where you went in. And not far. So, I mean, not really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not very far. You can see the stone recess where a lot of the nice shopping was at, is obscured mostly by these clouds of smoke. The screams of the inhabitants ring out in the atmosphere, and the thunderous step and sudden slams of this behemoth bipedal creature as it brings its massive club down and starts raking and razing the ground. This thing is probably about 25 feet tall, has this peach orange skin covered in...
Can he sense that we're there?
It doesn't seem to notice you. It has a smooth, bald head. You only catch glimpses of it through the smoke fires. Or fire smoke? Smoke fires? Anyways, between the smoke. You only catch glimpses of it, and you can hear people rushing, and every now and then the creature will roar out, and it roars with such incredible force that you can feel the earth underneath your feet shake for a moment.
Send a letter.
So
Give them
I'm
our
going
location.
to try to get my full speed 55 feet away
Okay.
from that guy just smashing shit.
Mm-hmm.
How far away from the town are we?
You guys are about a quarter mile away.
Yeah, you're pretty far.
Yeah, we're
And
pretty far.
then I send
That's
another.
what? That's
I send a
1,100
paper
feet.
bird to Konak that says, do we know if we're north, south, east, or west?
I mean, you know that the forest is to the north of you.
Okay. I'm going to say, meet us at the edge of the forest on the north side. Konak.
The south side. You said the forest is to the north?
It's the south side of the
Yeah,
forest.
south side of the forest.
South side of the
North side
forest.
of town.
Yeah,
Konak.
North side of town. You release it.
I love it.
The paper bird rises in the air for a moment, stares at the forest, and just turns and starts traveling west.
Then I'm gonna start traveling west with them on my back.
As you-
just not.
It's
Just
gonna
not
take you
jog,
past
just
the
walking.
town
Oh.
if you do that. You're east of the town right now.
Okay, no. Never mind.
The
We're not
bird
gonna follow it?
flutters until it's out of sight.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I would
It
assume
would
that
go
we
west.
made our way into the forest as well on our
Mhm.
side of
I
town.
can do long train.
This isn't the magical forest that we would know of, or it is.
I mean, unless specified as otherwise.
Is this the one by the mountain?
Yeah, so it's literally it's Hagen, forest, mountain.
Where the drug cure is at, right? All those mushrooms.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to find everybody. You know, you gotta locate spell. Do you have any spells left? I can write something in the air, but that's not exactly what
In
I'm
the
looking
forest?
for. Yeah, I assume we're on the edge at the very least.
I mean,
Out of the fucking town. Although I guess no one was
I would
following us out, so it's a little easier.
dial it back.
Okay.
I did
Just
say
to-
you saw a big orange weird
Yeah,
blob
you did.
before you entered the forest.
You did.
So I would assume that you are inside the forest
I
at this
would
point.
too. Yeah, okay. There you go.
So my paper bird still went into town then?
So
That was my question.
to
That's
draw
why
a map
that's why I
for
asked
clarification for everybody in the room,
if the forest
and everybody
circles the
watching.
whole town.
This is Hagen down here, right?
Yeah, you gotta go higher if you're looking at everyone looking.
This is Hagen down
Yeah.
here. There is a road that crosses over Hagen that
Yeah,
goes from the
north.
east to the west.
Yeah, on the
It
north
is
side.
north of Hagen. North of that is the forest, which stretches a significant distance
Okay.
east to west.
Right.
You guys, where you were at, were on the eastern side of the southernmost portion of Hagen, which is where a good deal more was located. You traveled north through the city, on the east side of the city, and entered the forest. You guys probably would have come a little bit more central and entered the forest, and then exited and were far east of the forest. And when your paper bird left, it traveled west, almost straight west, before you lost sight of it.
Okay. Did they get it? Did they get the bird?
Not
I
yet.
see what you're saying.
Not
Okay. What are we doing? We're invisible, we're sitting here. What are we doing?
I think we should stay where we are.
Tie a rope to each other so we don't get lost in the forest?
I don't know.
Do you think they are smart enough to try to find the other man? Lucas?
Do we know how to find Lucas?
Question.
Zoe
You wrote
knows.
down the runes, didn't you?
I wrote down the runes.
I can track. I have favorite enemies. I can track humans. And I can track elves. Can I track half elf, half human?
Halflings?
I would not discourage that. I feel like half elves are, as long as it's a half elf, half human, I would say it's, yeah,
Depending
it's
on the
allowable.
roll.
Okay. Can I try?
Go for it. Who are you looking for?
Lucas.
Interesting. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were
Yeah,
looking for him. I was
whatever
like, no,
works,
he's Kalishtar. He's not half
No,
elf.
I can't.
I'm human.
can't follow. I can't track anything.
And while she's doing that, I'm gonna take out my 50-foot of hemp rope and start tying some knots in it so we can kind of wrap our waist, not wrap the waist, not wrap the waist, not.
15.
Just in case.
15. Thinking about
Are we technically in mountain or forest right now?
you are in forest.
Okay.
You remembering where Quindeth was at from where you are at, you're pretty sure you could lead them there. And knowing that there was a large population of a very mixed group of people, you feel confident that if you were to follow some tracks that, some evidence, it's more of like a trail than anything else. If you were to follow this trail, it probably would lead to Quindeth if you wanted to go there.
You go?
Yeah. I'm ready. If that's where you think we're going, Quindeth.
I think so.
Okay.
We are not going to find some in the forest.
No, that's our best bet, is my assumption. Let's make our move.
You guys start your trek towards Quindeth. It is unnerving, and after about a day or so, you realize that it's gonna be a minute before you get there.
Have we long rested?
You guys find a place to camp out. What are you guys doing?
After,
How long have we been waiting though?
Yeah, after
You've been waiting for a good amount of time.
After a few hours, I would have said,
Like,
look, I think our
probably
best
5
bet
hours.
is Quindeth.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we find Lucas. I think that's our best bet. Fan was obsessed with getting back to Lucas and then Joanne because we all know that.
Right.
So I think that's our play.
Then I'm going to send a paper bird to Fan this time and say, hopefully you get this. We will see you in Quindeth.
You release it. As you release it, you watch the bird travels east this time, and just they've gone completely opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah, they're traveling through the forest. That's proof enough for me.
Cool.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
And if we have time, we'll stop by that rock again.
Okay.
No.
Make a perception check for me.
Which one?
Whoever's taking watch first.
You got two new groups.
Two new groups. I wonder if I'll split you guys up next session. 19. Your watch by goes by easy. You knowing, having paid attention to what Lucas had said, pay attention to the trees, and you guys don't build a fire, so as not to draw attention to your locality. It is cold, and you have to huddle together. And even as you sit there trying to retain warmth, he's not warm at all.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Skin is not
But
warm.
you two, you're not even bothered by the cold even a little bit.
I'm like a heating pad.
Yeah, I'll definitely just like cuddle up Guanapo.
Yeah, Guanapo. You stay relatively warm. Your shoulders and
my
your legs.
armpit is warm, and that's about it.
Yeah, it gets cold.
Yeah.
And wherever Guanapo is, that's warm too. You hear some sounds, these guttural calls and shifting in the trees, but you hunker down, you stay quiet, and it passes without incident. Who's next?
I can go.
Well, this is shitty.
19.
Excuse me.
It's gonna be our group.
As
Our group's gonna die.
Fan
That's us.
leans up against the tree. You can see him shiver
Jeez.
in moments, and you try your best to keep him warm. Konak, I mean, he's just kind of zoned out. He's not responding to you necessarily, but he's not. I mean, there's evidence every now and then that he's still awake, to some degree. You focus on trying to keep track of which direction this trail is going, and you remember it's much easier to get in than it is to get out. you push onward in your mind and start mapping out the direction that you need to go to get to Quinda. Your watch Your watch goes by relatively uneventful.
Yoda.
Hey.
What?
Go ahead. It's not that bad.
What is this for?
Isn't that
Just
hiding?
initiative?
I have no more hideys.
What are we rolling for? Just a normal roll?
Perception.
Perception check.
I should know this. We only roll perception 100 times per game.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
That's why I printed mine, so I just have it here.
17.
17. Your watch by goes very easily. There is some slight shifting from your party, but other than the occasional sound from them, you don't hear much else. As you start coming to, each of you feels this palpable pressure in your chest, and as they wake up and start stirring, you find yourself irritated, just wildly bothered by the amount of noise that they're making.
Par for the course.
And as he starts to show his frustrations, you become completely involved in this pressure, this frustration, this anger, as he's kind of like giving you like a tough time about it. You start to engage back with this passionate anger towards him, and as you watch Fan start to lose himself again, you just give up this like, he always does this. He's always so emotional and forward and just like, what the fuck, and just I need you all to make wisdom saving throws for me.
Just them three?
Mm-hmm.
Did we get a long rest?
Not charisma.
You guys got long rest.
Okay.
You guys got long rest.
Please be an idiot. Please don't fuck me.
Okay.
Did you get that one?
No.
Shut up. This sucks.
12.
That wasn't our dice, was it?
No.
Good.
As this anger
Should've used
starts
our
to
dice.
permeate your mind, you feel this cold sheet of energy
With the
kind
nat
of
one.
coat
You have to
Was it a nat one?
the soul of who you are. Your soul is even removed from your body, and as this energy starts to permeate in, you kind of laugh to yourself, like, oh, sorry, it's not here.
Oh my gosh.
Nice try.
And you realize that as you look around, they're giving in to their anger, and they're giving in to their frustrations. And from what Lucas said, this is probably an effect of the forest. As you two start to squawk, you barking random phrases and sounds at your Luxodon friend. You just fed up, like, could you please have a fucking conversation, like, and you start taking pot shots at each other.
Yeah, just form a goddamn sentence.
As the anger infests your mind and starts to take control of you. You three entering the forest would have traveled for, I'm assuming, enough time to get a long rest in.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is taking first watch?
I'll do it.
I don't need to rest, so I'll take all the watches.
At all?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Sounds good. So we'll cuddle up and I'll rump up and she
I'm gonna put my
Cuddles
leg
up
over her
with my
torso that's on the
bottom
ground.
half.
Mm-hmm. It's very comfortable. Rumped up, cuddled up, the Boontosh on your other shoulder, just kind of leaning back into keeping a wary eye. Go ahead and make 3 perception checks for me.
I'm gonna roll them all at the same time.
Did we get a long rest? Damn it. Like I'm gonna need
Wait, did you? I thought you said we did.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You just said we did. I just put it in.
Actually,
Oh.
but-
Sorry.
Do you want me to
You
change
guys.
it back?
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
You did say it.
Don't worry about it.
I'll check the tapes.
Don't worry.
I'll check the
It
food.
said long enough to give a long rest.
Oh,
Who
okay.
has
So
focus?
perception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. 13.
Damn.
6.
Oh.
And 8.
He's picking his nose the whole time.
Right.
Oh, fuck a duck running.
About 2 hours into your watch.
Convenient. When I'm not the one I roll bad on. Convenient. Homebrew bullshit.
About 2 hours into your watch,
Horrible.
these two are snoring gently, and you hear this soft call. And you Nabu. And in the distance, not far from you, you can see this pale hand reach around the corner of a tree. And peeking out from the side is your wife.
Yeah, I figured.
You called that, man. You called that. Straight
It
up
was,
called
it was
that.
low hanging fruit.
Low hanging fruit.
Saw it coming.
She calls to you. Come to me, love. Come to me.
Yeah, shoot Eldritch Blast.
You fire an eldritch blast.
Knowing
and
she can't be real.
ducks behind a tree and peers out from the other side.
Oh, shit.
Why do you resist, my love?
Oh, no.
Because you're not fucking real.
Just as real as you.
That's a good point.
She disappears behind the tree. You wait for a moment, and you feel a hand, warm, on yours. You look over, and she's sitting next to you. Don't be afraid.
How can I not be afraid when you just fucking teleport? That's pretty scary. You never did that before.
This force. It's
Yeah,
brought us
it's
together.
terrifying.
If we did Eldritch Splash,
I love
would
you.
is that what it was?
You're not real. You're not real.
I'm real.
No, I've already been through
Why
losing
wouldn't
you. I
you?
will not do it again. I will not even pretend that this is real.
I'm always with you.
Are we awake?
I'm always with you. And you watch, as you're sitting there, you feel the earth around you drop out. Her face just kind of envelops the entire acuity of your vision. You start falling, reaching up, this pinpoint of light kind of dropping down. All you can see is her face. It's kind of like shining through.
I'm in the
Almost
sunken
like
place.
I mean, you're somewhere. You feel yourself land, and like as you kind of open your eyes from the impact of hitting your head on the ground, you're standing on your ship, and you look around,
What?
and you're at sea, and you're gently rocking on the sea, and your crew members come up to you. Aye, Captain, it's been a long time. Where you been? Ah, we miss you terribly. And as he kind of turns his face away from you, you can see his neck is like open and bleeding. His jugular vein just kind of spilling blood over his shirt. And he turns back. Things been a real shit show around here. And you look out to the sea. You can see tentacles rising up, reaching to the sky, grabbing onto it, ripping it down. There's fire and smoke and this plasmidic energy that just seems to sear across the ocean. And as it burns its way through, everything's covered in diamonds. And you look around, trying to gather yourself. You see your wife standing on top of the mast. She jumps and falls, her body exploding into this chasmatic, black, inky dust that seems to just swallow and roll underneath your ship. You reach down to grab onto one of the gang lines to try and hold yourself, and it's a broom, and you're holding, and you look around, and you're a child again, and you're sweeping the floors of the temple. Your father reading to you, showing you blank pages, nothing there, but he reads with such fervor and vigor that you know this has to be real. And you look around and you can see beautiful palm trees and golden sands and far off clouds. It never rains here. And you point at them, Father. His eyes are sunken into his body, his skin pulled tight across the bones, his long gray hair. His long gray hair draped across his body, a deep wound in his chest. The book starts flipping pages. A wind billows inside the cavern, and you're sucked down again. The two forms that you've come to be familiar with, battling and crashing above you. One, this giant red lizard-like creature with 6 legs and spines, white spines so clean against this crimson form, this blue, long, slithering form just wrapping around it, the two mouths gnawing at each other. Blood spills onto the ground. As it explodes around you, it starts raining and you're drenched in the blood, and you raise your hands and look around, and there's clouds. Purple and blue. Black. White pinpoints. Your hands move slower than usual. Help me. And you're in the forest.
That's par for the course.
And that's where we'll pick up next time. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Jesus.
This was a lot of fun. I had a great time. She looks like she's happy. As long as you make the producer happy, that's what counts. Hope you guys enjoyed it. 6:30 on Tuesdays. Expect that to change sometime in November. I don't know what.
No, yes,
date.
November.
Okay.
Yeah,
Daylight
right.
savings time. Whenever that happens for the U.S. Expect to change. 7 o'clock. We'll see you guys around. Make sure you go follow Baby Pink Cactus on Instagram. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you follow
Do you remember?
False Life Dies on Instagram. Like, subscribe, whatever that shit is. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.